Chapter 2981 Fight against the Lord Qingyuan. Lord Qingyuan came to the Valley of Myths through a crack. When he came to the Valley of Myths and saw that many mythical spirits here had been killed, he didn't care. After all, Yuan should break through to the realm of eternity, so it's no problem to kill all the mythical spirits here. Wow! After he came out of the Valley of Mythology, he came to the imaginary domain. Then, feel it, there is no breath of Mogu, it seems that he is dead. Lord Qingyuan thought secretly, however, it doesn't matter to him, it's good if one of the two seeds succeeds. He left two seeds here at the beginning, and he just let them compete with each other, so as to practice hard, and he didn't expect them both to succeed. After all, unless they succeed at the same time, once one of them succeeds, the other will undoubtedly die. Wow! After sensing Yuan's aura, Lord Qingyuan quickly shuttled over. Soon, he came to the Congenital Origin Alliance, and saw Yuan through layers of void. Lord Qingyuan. The first elder sensed the aura of Lord Qingyuan, and was a little puzzled. Lord Qingyuan has left for endless years, why did he come back suddenly? He came out of the Hall of Elders and came to the imaginary domain. I've seen Lord Qingyuan, the first elder said respectfully. Yuan, you are very good. You have successfully practiced Qingyuan Taoism. Qingyuan King said with satisfaction. The first elder quickly said, it's just a fluke. Since you've done it, give me your Qingyuan Tao seed. As he said that, the classification of the Lord Qingyuan changed, from an amiable appearance to a ferocious one, and a rotten aura exuded from his body. The first elder wanted to escape, but the Lord Qingyuan waved his hand and stopped him. The first elder is just an ordinary eternal realm, how could he be the opponent of a king? Master Qingyuan, what are you going to do? The first senator panicked. What are you doing? King Qingyuan sneered, what do you think you and Mogu are for, and what do you think I am teaching you the Qingyuan Tao seed? Ha 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 ha, the eternal Tao seed without the risk of becoming a demon seed, then it is a perfect level eternal Tao seed, where would I have it? The Qingyuan Tao seed you cultivated is just my Tao seed, a pseudo-eternal Tao seed that regrows. My Qingyuan Tao seed has a high probability of turning into a demon seed, I don't want to become a demon seed, I can only cultivate you. After the 10 pseudo-Qingyuan Tao seeds are absorbed and refined by me, I can stabilize my eternal Tao seed situation, at least there will be no problems for a long time. The first elder was shocked, and finally realized that he was just a test product for King Qingyuan. He also dreams of becoming a strong man in the eternal Tao realm, surpassing Yi Tian. But now, all this is just a dream. Why me? Asked the first patriarch. Because I don't dare to do this experiment in the eternal kingdom. Once I'm discovered, I'm finished. So, I specifically looked for places like Void Realm, and even the Valley of Myths was arranged by me to prevent you from leaving Void territory. I have countless experimental products, and you are just one of them, but the success rate is too low, and without the resources of the Eternal Kingdom, it is too difficult for you to practice as a false Qingyuan Tao seed. Okay, I'm going to extract the pseudo-Qingyuan Tao seed from your body. King Qingyuan's right hand grabbed into the first elder's body, grabbing the fake Qingyuan Tao seed. Wow, the pseudo-Qingyuan Tao seed was captured, and the aura of the first patriarch continued to decrease, and he fell from the eternal to Tao realm to the eternal to Tao realm, and his body became extremely weak. After King Qingyuan absorbed this pseudo-Qingyuan Tao seed, the rotten aura on his body weakened a lot, and his condition improved a lot. By the way, what's going on with Void Domain? How did so many eternal and Daoized breaths come into being? Lord Qingyuan asked. The first elder shook his head, and secretly, he had sent a message to Yi Tian, hoping that Yi Tian could save his life. As for whether Yi Tian can defeat Lord Qingyuan, he doesn't know, but he has no choice. It's okay if you don't say anything, I'll grab a few eternal Supreme Daohua and ask them. As he said that, Lord Qingyuan was about to kill the first elder, after all, the first elder was worthless. He is going to find a suitable target in the Void Domain again, train him to practice the pseudo-essence Tao seed, and then create some disasters for this place, killing a large number of eternal and Taoist powers to cut off their way out of the Void Domain. But just as he was about to kill the first elder, a terrifying attack struck. Puff! Lord Qingyuan made a block, but his whole body was blown away, while the first elder was protected by a mask and did not fall. The powerhouse of the eternal Tao body Dacheng realm. Lord Qingyuan was startled. But he also understands why there are so many eternal and Daoized powerhouses here. It turns out that this place has been discovered by the outside world. He thought that Yi Tian was a strong man from the outside world, and he came here and cultivated so many eternal and Daoized. Thank you, Elder Yi Tian. The first elder thanked him. You better stay away. With a wave of Yi Tian's hand, he sent the first elder away, and immediately looked at the Lord Qingyuan. You are the Lord Qingyuan. It turned out that you used the pseudo-eternal Dao seed to stabilize the eternal Dao seed problem. I have to say that you are indeed a talent. Yi Tian said. Your Excellency should be the eternal supreme Dao realm of the 10,000 Gods Kingdom Alliance. I can give up here, how about it? After all, you have nothing to lose. Lord Qingyuan said. Want to leave? Yi Tian said coldly. The first elder belongs to my innate original domain alliance, you want to kill him, and you also want to capture a few eternal to Daohua. Now eternal to Daohua is my human race people. You are afraid that Du Li Jiaohao wants to destroy the human race, so go ahead with your training plan. Lord Qingyuan was not afraid, and said coldly, I admit that your strength is much stronger than that of the general eternal Dao body Dacheng realm, but my eternal Dao body is perfect in terms of strength. You are not me against the army. Quote, that's right, come on. Yi Tian killed King Qingyuan. It is impossible for him to let Lord Qingyuan leave. Once Lord Qingyuan leaves, this place will be exposed. He wants to put an end to this situation. In any case, Lord Yuan must die. Moreover, his other duplicate bodies have sealed off the Valley of Myths. Boom. Yi Tian started fighting with Lord Qingyuan, relying on the perfect eternal Dao body of Dacheng realm and the incomparably powerful Ruin Sun Dao seed. His strength is even stronger than the general strong people of the perfect realm of eternal Dao body. For a while, Lord Qingyuan was suppressed. Chapter 2982 Seeds of the Eternal World Spirit Tree. Dacheng Great Eternal Body, how can it be so powerful? Lord Qingyuan was shocked. It's not that he hasn't seen some monsters in the eternal supreme Dao realm, but where did he encounter such a powerful one? And far away. The first elder was shocked. Yi Tian's strength was completely beyond his imagination. It didn't take long for Yi Tian to break through to the eternal Dao realm, so it's so terrifying. The first elder couldn't believe it. I still want to surpass Yi Tian, it's ridiculous to think about it. The first elder secretly said. As time went by, Lord Qingyuan was gradually injured. The point is, after his injuries became more and more serious, the problem of the eternal Dao seed intensified. Escape. Lord Qingyuan fled crazily, not wanting to fight Yi Tian anymore. He knows that he is not Yi Tian's opponent, but Yi Tian's strength is very limited compared to him, so don't even try to kill him. Swish swish. Yi Tian kept chasing and killing him, but the first elder naturally didn't follow, so he didn't dare to go over. You can't kill me, so why keep chasing me? Lord Qingyuan said. Oh, is it? Yi Tian sneered. 453. Suddenly, a black vine emerged from Yi Tian's body. Evil killing vine. Lord Qingyuan was also well informed, and even recognized this thing. Why do you have such a thing? He showed a look of fear. When encountering this thing in the eternal Dao realm, isn't it certain that it will become a demon seed? But Yi Tian was fine, and put this thing in the eternal Dao seed. Well, there are only two possibilities. One is that the eternal Dao seed practiced by Yi Tian is a perfect eternal Dao seed, and the second possibility is that Yi Tian possesses some kind of treasure that suppresses the problem of the eternal Dao seed. No matter what the situation is, he dare not stay here now. Yi Tian is not afraid of evil vines, but he is. Go. The evil vines spread, and Lord Qingyuan tried to avoid it, but another copy of Yi Tian's body rushed over and hit Lord Qingyuan with one blow. After receiving this blow, Lord Qingyuan dodged immediately, was penetrated by the evil vines, and got into the eternal Dao seed. With just a light penetration, Yun Guosheng's eternal Daoist problem continued to intensify. One hit, Abi, 2 strikes. After several attacks, Lord Qingyuan finally couldn't bear it any longer, and directly transformed into a demon. After turning into a demon seed, King Qingyuan's physical fitness improved, but he was unable to use the Taoist secret technique, and his strength declined instead. Boom. Under Yi Tian's constant siege, it took him a while to finally behead Qingyuan. When Yi Tian came back, the first elder came over to thank him again. Thank you, Elder Yi Tian. The first elder said gratefully. It's just a small matter. Void territory is also my territory. If Lord Qingyuan dares to cause trouble, I will naturally take action. Yi Tian said with a smile. The first elder quickly asked, Elder Yi Tian, may I ask if Lord Qingyuan has escaped? He died, Yi Tian said. He breathed a sigh of relief when he heard that Lord Qingyuan had died. If not, he would have to worry about it. Yi Tian is not afraid of Lord Qingyuan, he is. Master Qingyuan is really poor. Yi Tian checked the items on King Qingyuan's body, and couldn't help but sigh with emotion. But it's normal to think about it carefully. The problem of the eternal Tao seed of King Qingyuan is so serious, he dare not go to many treasures, it will intensify the transformation of the eternal Tao seed into a demon, and he has to find a way to grow the eternal Tao seed and seek a sliver of hope, so it's normal not to have many good things on you. Suddenly, Yi Tian discovered a box, which was made of an extremely precious metal. This metal could even isolate his will, and it was covered with restrictions formed by the power of the eternal Tao. This restriction should have been arranged by Qingyuan, and it is quite complicated. Yi Tian didn't forcefully break it down, for fear of damaging the items inside. Then, he studied it slowly, and even used the sun disk to deduce the restrictions above. After a long time, he finally cracked it and opened the restriction. Click, the box is opened. Yi Tian saw what was inside the box. A seed. Yi Tian was surprised. King Qingyuan spent so much time arranging the restrictions, and used such a precious box to hold a single seed. Yi Tian studied this seed carefully, and soon found that this seed is not simple, the aura contained on it is extremely pure, and extremely high-end, even the level of eternal lane realm is not as powerful as this seed. This seed should be extremely valuable, even to King Qingyuan. Yi Tian secretly thought, he didn't mess with this seed, he had to know its usefulness. You have to obtain an eternal original treasure that can identify all things before you can identify its usefulness. Yi Tian murmured, although this type of eternal original treasure is rare, there are still some in the 10,000 Gods Kingdom Alliance. Then, Yi Tian exchanged many precious treasures with other kings for one such eternal original treasure, the mirror of all things. This eternal original treasure can identify everything, and it should also be able to identify this seed. Subsequently, Yi Tian brought this eternal original treasure back to Void Domain and began to identify the seed. Appraisal. Soon, the appraisal result came out. The seeds of the Eternal World Spirit Tree, only 1/10 of the original source remains, and it needs to be watered with the power of the Eternal Tao Seed, which will damage the Eternal Tao Seed. The Eternal World Spirit Tree is conceived, it can give birth to the Eternal World Spirit Fruit, and the Eternal World Spirit Fruit can assist the Eternal Tao Seed to give birth to the World Spirit. It turned out to be a treasure that can assist in the birth of world spirits. He now knows what the world spirit born from the Eternal Tao Seed is. Above the Eternal Tao realm is the God realm of the Eternal Realm, and the God realm of the Eternal Realm not only needs to strengthen the Eternal Tao Seed in the body, but after the Eternal Tao Seed has been raised to a certain level, if you want to continue to break through, you have to breed a world spirit. And every time a world spirit is bred, the Eternal Tao Seed will become weak. Therefore, if the Eternal Tao Seed is not strong enough, do not forcibly conceive the world spirit, otherwise the Eternal Tao Seed will be sucked dry. But the Eternal World Spirit Fruit can assist in the birth of world spirits. How precious is this? If the powerhouses in the God realm of the Eternal Realm knew about it, they would have to crazily snatch it. Certainly, for other Eternal Tao realms, this seed is damaged and needs to be watered with the power of the Eternal Tao Seed, which will also damage the Eternal Tao Seed. This is also the reason why Lord Qingyuan did not plant this seed. However, it's just right for me. I can plant the seeds of this Eternal World Spirit Tree, but it will take a long time to cultivate it into an Eternal World Spirit Tree. Yi Tian mocked. Chapter 2983 found another Eternal Edict. The Eternal Realm Spirit Tree is very precious. If it is planted in the Endless Kingdom, it will definitely not be able to hide it from other kings. Yi Tian secretly thought, he is going to plant the Eternal World Spirit Tree in Void Domain. After all, planting the Eternal World Spirit Tree does not require too much energy, so there is no problem at all in planting it in the void. Subsequently, Yi Tian circled an area in the imaginary domain, and then began to arrange formations to block it and not allow others to enter. Next, he began to plant the Eternal World Spirit Tree. He took out the seeds of the Eternal World Spirit Tree, and took out countless special soils, and created a continent to support the seeds of the Eternal World Spirit Tree, and then used a substance called Eternal Mysterious Spiritual Liquid as water to irrigate seeds of the Eternal World Spirit Tree. Of course, all of this is useless, it can only provide nutrition, it is impossible to make the seeds of the Eternal World Spirit Tree grow, and in the end it has to rely on the Eternal Tao Seed. I saw Yi Tian standing in front of the Eternal World Spirit Tree Seed, urging the power of the Eternal Tao Seed to spread to the Eternal World Spirit Tree Seed. Boom! The seeds of the Eternal World Spirit Tree began to absorb the power of the Tao Seed of the ruins, and slowly grew out of their shells, turning into a small tree. And Yi Tian's Eternal Tao Seed gradually began to weaken, even affecting the foundation. However, he still persisted, otherwise the growth of the eternal world spirit tree would be affected. Then it will be maintained like this. If this duplicate body is scrapped, then let other duplicate bodies continue to maintain the growth of the eternal world spirit tree. Yi Tian thought. In this way, the long years passed. Yi Tian scrapped one duplicate body after another, and the eternal world spirit tree gradually grew and tended to be stable. Even if it no longer uses the eternal Tao seed to irrigate, at least there will be no problems. But Yi Tian still watered it with the power of the eternal Tao seed to promote the normal growth of the eternal world spirit tree. Otherwise, judging from the incomplete origin of the eternal world spirit tree seed, it would be almost impossible for this eternal world spirit tree to grow normally. In addition, the growth rate of the eternal world spirit tree is still very slow, and it will take a long time to breed the eternal world spirit fruit. Yi Tian is not in a hurry, after all, he has just raised the eternal Tao body to the Dacheng realm now. Even if the eternal realm spirit fruit is bred now, he can't use it. The next goal is to raise the eternal Taoist body to a perfect state. Yi Tian murmured, there are tree heart demon seed and evil punishment vine, his eternal Tao seed is very large, and the eternal Tao body is naturally upgraded very quickly, but it is naturally impossible to raise the eternal Tao body to a perfect state in a short time. But as time passed, the eternal Tao seed became stronger and stronger, and the Tao seed secret technique naturally became more and more powerful, and his strength was still steadily improving. Endless Kingdom, human beings are developing very well here, and the number of eternal realms under Yi Tian's command is also increasing. Gradually, the strength of the Endless Kingdom is no less than other eternal kingdoms. This day, another happy event is coming. Found another eternal edict. Yi Tian smiled. Eternal realm. Yi Tian's duplicate body is holding the eternal edict that he just got, and he is in a good mood. He has been looking for resources here. Although many resources in the eternal Tao realm were of little help to him, he was still collecting and trying to find the eternal edict, but he did not expect to find it. Subsequently, he made one of the cloned bodies return to the Endless Kingdom with the resources found over the long years in the Eternal Kingdom Edict. What should I do with this eternal edict? Yi Tian was thinking. He himself does not need this eternal national decree, whether to give it to his children or trade it away. If you choose to trade it, there are definitely many strong people who need the eternal national decree. In the All Gods Kingdom Alliance, many eternal Tao realm powers are above the King's Lord, not even Qin He is number one, but the powerhouses who are stronger than Qin He just don't have the eternal kingdom order, a regiment cannot be king. Therefore, they are very eager to obtain the eternal kingdom decree. My sons and daughters can use my evil vines to grow the eternal Tao seed in the future. You don't need to rely on controlling the eternal kingdom to comprehend the origin of the eternal kingdom. You can understand the source and grow the eternal Tao seed little by little. This method is only suitable for those who are not perfect. Strong, Yi Tian thought to himself. Therefore, for human beings, an eternal kingdom is enough. Then let's trade this eternal edict. He also has an eternal national decree, which is the eternal national decree of the Lord Qingyuan, but he has no idea where the Qingyuan kingdom is. 0. Seeking flowers. This eternal national decree has been developed, and only the Qingyuan kingdom can inherit the position of Qingyuan kingdom lord. Therefore, the value of this eternal national decree is not high. Even if it is a transaction, it is estimated that no eternal supreme Tao realm will buy it. Therefore, he can only trade the unused eternal edict in his hand. What treasures can be traded with the eternal edict? He can't look down on ordinary treasures. Moreover, the new eternal kingdom decree and the eternal kingdom opened up have a lot of resources, so good things must be traded. But for a while, he couldn't think of anything. Propagate the eternity decree first, and whoever comes up with my favorite treasure, I will trade it. Yi Tian thought. So, he spread the news that he had found a new eternal edict. All of a sudden, the leaders of the entire All Gods Kingdom Alliance were shocked, and they were all envious and jealous. Kingdom of the Gods. Qin He knew Yi Tian's information and was very surprised. The increase in the strength of Yi Tian's ruler is amazing, but I didn't expect such good luck. I got an Eternal Kingdom Edict before, and now I have another Eternal Kingdom Edict. Order. If I did not inherit the Kingdom of the Gods, I would be very interested in buying this Eternal Kingdom order, but it is useless to me now. Immediately, he didn't care about this eternal national decree, but concentrated on comprehending the origin of the eternal national decree of the Kingdom of the Gods, trying to control the Kingdom of the Gods. Not long after this news passed, a top-notch Eternal Supreme Taoist contacted Yi Tian, all of whom wanted to buy the Eternal National Token in Yi Tian's hands, but the prices offered were very low, or they were resources he didn't need. He is naturally not willing to trade. This day, an uninvited person from the Eternal Supreme Tao realm came directly to the capital of the Endless Kingdom. Master Qinghe, what are you doing here? Yi Tian asked. He knows this Taoist Qinghe, although he is not the lord of the country, but his strength is very terrifying. He is cultivating the medium Eternal Tao seed, and the Eternal Tao body has reached the perfect state. It is said that he is walking on the road of strengthening the Eternal Tao seed, trying to achieve half a step beyond the realm of eternity to the Taoist realm. In terms of strength, he is 1/3 more powerful than many Eternal Supreme Tao realms who are in the perfect realm of Eternal Tao body. Chapter 2984 Fight to the Death, Behead Qinghe Taoist. Master Yi Tian, I want to trade the Eternal Edict in your hand. Taoist Qinghe said. Yi Tian smiled and said, I said that I am willing to trade only if I have the treasure resources I need. However, Taoist Qinghe said, Master Yi Tian, I think you should need these resources. Taoist Qinghe casually took out some common resources, which were things Yi Tian didn't really need. Master Qinghe, what do you mean? Yi Tian questioned. It's very simple, trade that new Eternal Edict to me, and everyone will be happy. Taoist Qinghe was directly threatening. Master Qinghe, are you threatening me? Yi Tian said coldly. You can say yes. Taoist Qinghe said, what if I don't want to trade? Yi Tian's tone also became sharp. Then, 067, I can't guarantee that when your human race's eternity goes out and wanders outside the Tao, will something happen. Taoist Qinghe threatened directly, and he was not afraid of Yi Tian either. The 10,000 Gods Kingdom Alliance has regulations that must not force the rulers to transfer the Eternal National Decree, and he does not dare to violate the regulations. However, Yi Tian has redundant Eternal National Decree, he directly came to threaten, this is not within the scope of the regulations. He needs an Eternal Edict very much, so he doesn't care whether he offends Yi Tian or not. Master Qinghe, you are courting death. Yi Tian said coldly. Looking for death, can you beat me? Taoist Master Qinghe said before leaving, Master Yi Tian, I will give you 10,000 Supreme Tao era time to think about it. After speaking, he disappeared. It seems that the Eternal Supreme Tao realms of the 10,000 Gods Kingdom Alliance still don't understand my strength, so let's take Tao Master Qinghe. Yi Tian murmured. Immediately, he applied to the Juji League for a death battle within the Juji League, and the target of the application for the death battle was Qinghe Daosheng. This application shocked Qinhe and many other powerhouses who had transcended the Eternal Tao realm by half a step. 9 Poles of Void. Qinhe found Yi Tian. Master Yi Tian, why did you apply to Taoist Qinghe for a deadly battle? The deathmatch cannot be started until the internal relationship of the 9th level alliance is in a state of mortal enemies. What conflicts do you have with Taoist Qinghe? Qinhe asked. The Lord of Qinhe, Lord Qinghe forcibly purchased my Eternal National Order. If I disagree, he will threaten me. For the safety of my family, I decided to fight him to the death. I remember that once the application is made, unless the other party refuses, otherwise, other people can't interfere. Yi Tian said. Yes, Qinhe nodded. Afterwards, he tried to persuade him again, but he didn't give up Yi Tian's idea. The other side, Taoist Qinghe also received Yi Tian's application for a death fight, and he was instantly wiped out. You actually applied for a death battle against me, courting death. Without further ado, he agreed directly. If it is possible to kill Yi Tian and seize Yi Tian's Eternal Edict, that's fine. However, still a lot of persuasion from the Eternal Realm did not stop them. Soon, a death contract was formed. Dead Zone. This day, Yi Tian and Qinghe Taoist came here, and many Eternal Supreme Tao Realm and kings also came to watch the battle, even King Qin came. The death battle is formed, and other Eternal Realms are not allowed to participate. Lord Yi Tian, I just want to buy your Eternal Kingdom token, but you insist on fighting to the death with me. If you regret it now and sell the Eternal Kingdom token to me, we can pay a small price to cancel the death-to-death contract, how about it? Quote. Qinghe Road leads the way. He decided that Yi Tian would not agree, and he was just talking like this. Let's fight, Yi Tian said lightly. Boom. Yi Tian fought with Taoist Qinghe. In the eyes of many Eternal Supreme Tao realms and national leaders, Yi Tian should be crushed by Taoist Qinghe. After all, Taoist Qinghe's Eternal Taoist body is perfect, and Yi Tian is only in the realm of the Eternal Taoist body. But after this confrontation, they discovered that Yi Tian's strength was even higher than that of Qinghe Taoist. Master Qinhe, why is Yi Tian still stronger than Taoist Qinghe? Isn't that unreasonable? An eternal supreme Taoist asked curiously. Qinhe also frowned, he couldn't figure it out either. The high probability is that the eternal Tao seed cultivated by Yi Tian is a very powerful high-level eternal Tao seed, and Yi Tian's eternal Tao seed is already on the road to growth, and his eternal Tao seed should be far stronger than Qinghe Tao master above. Qinhe guessed. What? Yi Tian, the lord of the eternal Tao, has already grown the eternal Tao seed. Many eternal Tao realms were shocked. It's so fast, Taoist master Qinghe is in danger, said a country leader. That's not sure, Qinghe Taoist has a lot of background, maybe he has a whole card. Another king said. Boom, Yi Tian fought with Taoist Qinghe for a long time, when Taoist Qinghe suddenly activated an eternal original treasure on his body, and the aura on his body began to surge. However, judging from the expression and urgency of Taoist Qinghe, this eternal original treasure has some sequelae, so he didn't dare to last too long, and wanted to end the battle quickly. However, Yi Tian's strength is still too strong. Yi Tian's Tao seed secret art is too powerful, and his body is no less than Qinghe Taoist. However, at this level, it is still difficult to kill Taoist Qinghe. Then, Yi Tian no longer hides his strength. Another duplicate body comes out from inside the body. Swish swish, in a blink of an eye, Yi Tian's 3 duplicate bodies besieged Yi Tian at the same time. This is my 1 Qi transforming 3 cleansing Taoist secret technique, watch me kill you. Boom, Yi Tian instantly suppressed Taoist Qinghe without the power to resist. Fart's Taoist secret technique, this is clearly a clone. Taoist Qinghe was speechless, but even if it is a clone, it is Yi Tian, and it is naturally allowed to fight. Yi Tian has not violated the rules of deadly battles. What? Lord Yi Tian also has a clone with the same strength as the main body. It is very rare to have a clone of the eternal Tao realm, not to mention that the clone also has the strength of the main body. 4.0 means that the clone has also cultivated into the eternal Tao seed. This is equivalent to spending the main resources to improve yourself. If I have such a clone, I would also like to spend 3 times the resources to upgrade. Master Qinghe dare not provoke Lord Yi Tian, it is dangerous now. In a deadly battle, we can't stop it. It depends on whether Yi Tian will let Taoist Qinghe go, but it is obviously unlikely. Soon, the body of Taoist Qinghe was pierced by Yi Tian. Gradually, Taoist Qinghe's injuries became more and more serious, and he was unable to compete against Yi Tian at all. Hiss, the body of Taoist Qinghe was torn apart, and he was seriously injured and dying in a short while. Die. The 3 duplicate bodies attacked with all their strength at the same time, and the Taoist secret technique bombarded him, killing him instantly. Chapter 2985 Floating Realm. A strong man with a perfect eternal Taoist body like Taoist Qinghe fell like this. The gazes of all the eternal realms looking at Yi Tian reveal a trace of fear and apprehension. In their view, Yi Tian's strength is already close to half a step of the powerhouse of the eternal realm God realm. This kind of strong man is not something they can offend, only Qinhe and this kind of strong man can suppress Yi Tian. But once Yi Tian raises the eternal Tao body to the perfect state, his strength may be no less than that of Qinhe and other powerhouses, and he will even be able to reach half a step of the eternal realm God realm soon. Once Taoist Master Qinghe died, there was no excitement to watch, and the other eternal realms dispersed one after another. And Yi Tian didn't let go of the influence of Taoist Qinghe, and wiped out some of the eternal realms under his command. He didn't want to keep those guys and cause trouble for himself. Regarding Yi Tian's behavior, the other country leaders will naturally not care about it. And after this incident, no eternal Tao realm powerhouse came to forcibly find Yi Tian for a deal, and they all became very polite. Even the order of the Endless Kingdom is much better. Those forces in the Endless Kingdom dare not disobey Yi Tian's orders, and all of them have become very obedient. This day, a top Eternal Supreme Tao realm offered to trade the Eternal National Token with 07 Yi Tian, and the conditions he proposed attracted Yi Tian's attention. This day, Yi Tian met with the Eternal Supreme Taoist, Music Note Taoist, and discussed the deal face to face. Master Music Note, you said that you know the location of a floating world, and there is an eternal beast in that floating world. Maybe there is a treasure similar to the evil vine in the guarded place. Yi Tian asked. Yes, Taoist Music Note nodded. Of course, I'm not sure if there is really something like the evil vine. However, the eternal beast really exists. The eternal beast is innate creatures with eternal Tao seeds are full of treasures. Refining their eternal Tao seeds will help improve their eternal Tao seeds, and they also have special materials that can help people comprehend the rules of the eternal sequence of Supreme Tao. An eternal beast is very valuable. Besides, that floating world also contains a lot of resources. Therefore, the value of this floating world is no less than that of the eternal kingdom. Indeed, such a floating world is worth as much as the eternal kingdom decree, but if you sell this information to other eternal realms, wouldn't I be at a loss? Yi Tian said with a smile. Taoist music note assured. Don't worry, Lord Yi Tian, I absolutely did not sell this information to other eternal Tao realm, I can make an oath. Moreover, once we trade, I will not explore that floating world again, whatever you get from it, I won't ask. Yi Tian pondered for a moment, then continued to ask, how long will it take for the floating world to border on the eternal kingdom? The floating realm is a world constantly floating around the border of the eternal kingdom. Like the void realm, the ancient abyss realm is a floating world that occasionally collides with the void realm. There are big and small floating worlds, and their values are also different. Ordinary floating worlds are naturally worthless, but the value of the floating world provided by Taoist notes this time is naturally different. There are still 300 million Tao era years left, the Taoist priest said. Subsequently, Yi Tian signed an agreement with Taoist music note, and Taoist music note made an oath. Then, the Taoist musical notes informed the location of the floating world, and Yi Tian also gave the Taoist musical notes the eternal edict. Certainly, it is not impossible for Taoist music note to take an oath to punish him for deceiving him, but if he dares to do so, he will naturally not let Taoist music note go. Next, Yi Tian only needs to wait for 300 million Tao era years before entering that floating world to have a look. The Taoist music note has no strength and dare not explore that floating world, but Yi Tian has this strength. Not long after, Master Musical Notes successfully opened up an eternal kingdom by relying on the eternal kingdom decree given by Yi Tian. This eternal kingdom was named the Kingdom of Notes, and Diameter Kingdom became a king. And Yi Tian and the Lord of the Musical Notes also agreed that once the 100 million years of the musical notes to the Tao era have passed, an area will be used by the development forces of the race. The years passed. Gradually, 100 million Tao era years passed. This day, many forces have settled in the country of musical notes, and the human race has also sent some forces to settle in it, successfully gaining a firm foothold in the country of musical notes. There are still 20,000 years in the Tao era, and that floating world will appear. Yi Tian murmured, and during this period of time, the human race has more and more eternal Tao realms, but the birth of eternal Tao realms will be slow in the future. After all, without his resource support, and the benefits opened by the endless kingdom are gone, it will not be so easy to create resources later. Therefore, it is naturally difficult for them to become eternal Tao realm. However, there are already many eternal supreme Tao realms of the human race, and even if the increase is slow in the future, many eternal abandoned Tao realms can be born one after another over a long period of time. For human beings, what is currently lacking is the powerhouse who cultivates the eternal Tao seed. No matter how many ordinary eternal Tao realms are born, they will not be of much help to human beings. In the days that followed, Yi Tian mainly searched for various resources to feed the tree heart demon seed and the evil punishment vine, consuming endless energy to strengthen his eternal Tao seed and eternal Tao body. His eternal Tao body is also gradually approaching the perfect state. He reckoned that his eternal Tao body would not take too long before it could be promoted to the perfection state. At 593, his strength will improve by leaps and bounds. Gradually, another 200 million Tao era years passed, and his eternal Tao body finally broke through to the realm of perfection. And at this moment, the floating world finally appeared. Somewhere in the dead zone. A copy of Yi Tian's body came here. He confirmed the location, sensed that a barrier of eternal national boundaries became extremely weak, and then easily tore the wall of Yongwei Spring. Swish, he shuttled to a floating world. Come in, there really is a floating world. He continued to go deep into this floating world to see if the music note king had exaggerated. Exclamation mark exclamation mark exclamation mark exclamation mark exclamation mark exclamation mark. An extremely terrifying dragon-shaped monster appeared, exuding the breath of the eternal Tao seed, but it didn't have much wisdom, nor was it a demon seed. It really is an eternal beast. Yi Tian recognized it. Through copying talent, he knew the identity of this eternal beast. Open black lens bracket Taishuan realm dragon close black lens bracket. And in the depths of this floating world, Yi Tian also sensed wisps of special aura, a bit like a demon seed, but not quite like it. It is indeed similar to the evil vine, but it is still unclear what it is. It seems that the Lord of Musical Notes didn't deceive me, but we still have to kill this Taishuan realm dragon first. Yi Tian secretly thought. Chapter 2986 The Eternal Realm Eats Tree Remnants. Boom. Yi Tian kept fighting with this Taishuan realm dragon, relying on his powerful eternal Dao body and Dao seed secret art, forcibly suppressed this Taishuan realm dragon. It's no wonder that the Lord of the Musical Notes didn't dare to explore here. This Taishuan realm dragon is much stronger than him. He reckoned that he was severely injured by this Taishuan realm dragon, so he didn't dare to come in again. Yi Tian guessed. As for the Lord of Musical Notes, even if he sells this place to other powerhouses, he probably won't be able to sell it for a good price. This time, he and Yi Tian were able to trade for an eternal national token, which was undoubtedly the most cost-effective deal. And Yi Tian is willing to trade because he is fancy that there may be treasures similar to the evil vine, otherwise he will not buy it. It's hard to kill this Taishuan realm dragon with just a duplicate body. This floating world won't take too long, so we have to leave here and kill it as soon as possible. Subsequently, Yi Tian's other duplicate bodies also rushed over to besiege the Taishuan realm dragon together. Finally, under the siege of 3 duplicate bodies, the Taishuan realm dragon was finally killed by Yi Tian. After killing the Taishuan realm dragon, Yi Tian put away the body of the Taishuan realm dragon, and then began to explore this floating world. There are indeed a lot of resources, put them all away. Yi Tian collects the resources here. If there is really no treasure like the evil slaying vine, he can't lose money. Soon, he came to the depths of the floating world. At this time, the aura similar to that of a demon seed became more and more intense, and Yi Tian became vigilant. Deep in the floating world, Yi Tian finally discovered the source of this aura. It was a dead body, also a profound realm dragon, but it was much bigger than the profound realm dragon he killed, and the aura was too terrifying. The dragon of the supreme profound realm in the god realm of the eternal realm. Yi Tian recognized it, and this Taishuan realm dragon was already dead, and the cause of death turned out to be a piece of wood, as if the sharpened wood had pierced through the Taishuan realm dragon. What kind of wood is this? Yi Tian couldn't recognize it, and was very curious. Immediately, one of his duplicate bodies stepped forward and touched the piece of wood. In an instant, a terrifying power spread from this piece of wood, and went straight to his eternal Dao seed. In an instant, his eternal Dao seed absorbed a force, and the eternal Dao seed became weaker and weaker. Immediately, he rushed out of this piece of wood. What a horrible piece of wood, it can absorb the power of the eternal Dao seed. The absorption speed is too fast. Even I can't hold it for a while. Yi Tian murmured, and this piece of wood should have the ability to transform the eternal Dao seed into a demon seed, but his is the perfect level eternal Dao seed, so it won't be able to transform into a demon seed. But even if it doesn't turn into a demon seed, it can't stop this piece of wood from absorbing the power of the eternal Dao seed. Once it is touched for a while, it will still die. But there is no doubt that this piece of wood is absolutely extraordinary, it must be very precious, and it may even be worth more than the value of the evil slaying vine. I have to take the mirror of the gods of all things to appraise it. Soon, a copy of his body came in with a mirror of all things to appraise this piece of wood. And the identification process is very slow, which shows how powerful the power contained in this piece of wood is. After a long time, this was identified. One of the remnants of the tree-eating tree in the eternal world, it can devour the eternal Dao seed, accelerate the demonization of the eternal Dao seed, feed it continuously with the eternal Dao seed, and master the remnants of the tree-eating tree in the eternal world, close black lens bracket. The remnants of the tree-eating tree in the eternal world have no auxiliary effect on cultivation, but if you feed them with the eternal Dao seed, you can control it, that is, you can use it as a weapon. Yi Wei said. This thing can even kill a dragon in the god realm of the eternal realm. If it is used as a weapon, even if his cultivation level is low, it may be able to kill a strong man who is half a step into the god realm of the eternal realm. If it can be done, then this tree-eating stump in the eternal realm will be of high value, and it can be used as his strongest weapon. Take it away first, and slowly refine it later. Yi Tian took it into his body. Even if he didn't touch it directly, his eternal Dao seed was still absorbed by it bit by bit. However, he is not worried, at least it can last for a long time. Afterwards, he took this floating world away again. Except for this eternal world, there are not many other treasures, but it is also worth the value of an eternal kingdom decree. And beyond, if he counts the tree-eating branches in the eternal realm, he will make a lot of money. Time to go. Yi Tian came out from this floating world. Endless kingdom. After Yi Tian came back, he began to refine the remaining branch of the tree-eating tree in the eternal realm. He continuously poured his eternal Tao seed power into the remaining branch of the tree-eating tree in the eternal realm, allowing it to continuously absorb his own eternal Tao seed power. Gradually, a duplicate body becomes useless. He then proceeds to do so with a second duplicate body. The years passed. As the duplicating bodies scrapped one after another, the connection between Yi Tian and this stump of the eternal world's devouring tree became deeper and deeper. I'm about to master this piece of the eternal realm's tree-eating tree. Yi Tian said excitedly. Another period of time passed, and this piece of tree-eating tree in the eternal realm had absorbed too much of his eternal Tao power, and was finally completely controlled by him. Buzz! This piece of tree-eating tree remnant from the eternal world flew into his hands, and he controlled it as he wished, and could even make this piece of tree-eating tree in the eternal world change into ever-changing, and finally turned into a spear. Just maintain this form, and call you Eternal Realm Devourer. Yi Tian murmured. With this gun, his strength has improved again. I dare to use it, other eternal realms dare not touch it when they see it. Yi Tian murmured. Of course, there may be strong people who can counteract the absorption of the remaining branches of the tree-eating tree in the eternal world, and keep their eternal Tao seed from being sucked away, but they dare to use it. After controlling it as one likes, Yi Tian's eternal Tao seed will naturally not be absorbed by it. So, he put this eternal realm devouring spear into the eternal Nuo Wanghao constant Tao seed to conceive Kai. Subsequently, he began to think about cultivation. He has now raised the eternal Tao body to the perfect realm, and his cultivation has reached the peak of the eternal Tao realm, and the next step is to hit half a step into the eternal realm God realm. In fact, with his current eternal Tao seed, he can also go half a step to the God realm of the eternal realm, but he doesn't want to break through now, but also wants to accumulate foundation. After the eternal Tao body has reached the perfect state, it is necessary to upgrade the eternal Tao seed and strengthen the eternal Tao seed. When it reaches a certain level, it can hit half a step of the eternal realm God realm. However, there is no certain standard for growing the eternal Tao seed. If you feel that it is about the same, you can solidify the eternal Tao seed. When the eternal Tao seed is completely solidified, it will break through to the God realm of the eternal realm. The reason why those in the God realm of the eternal realm are not afraid of demonization is not that their eternal Tao seeds have no problems, but that the eternal Tao seeds have solidified, and the breath of demon seeds cannot affect their eternal Tao seeds, so they will not be transformed into demons. Chapter 2987 Explore the Eternal Yinfeng Belt. Once the eternal Tao seed is solidified, it will not be easy for the solidified part of the eternal Tao seed to improve. Yi Tian murmured. Although after solidification, the use of evil slaying vines can still strengthen the eternal Tao seed, but the efficiency is at least 10 times lower, but there is no risk of becoming a demon seed. Moreover, after solidification, strengthening the eternal Tao seed is not to improve the quality of the eternal Tao seed, but to increase the quantity. Therefore, it is best to raise the eternal Tao seed to a very powerful level, and then hit half a step into the divine realm of the eternal realm to solidify the eternal Tao seed. This is the best way. Knowing the secrets of breaking through the God realm of the eternal realm, Tushan is not in a hurry to hit half a step into the God realm of the eternal realm. He will try his best to raise the eternal Tao seed to a certain limit, and then solidify the eternal Tao seed, so that if he breaks through to the God realm of the eternal realm, his strength will increase greatly and his potential can be brought to the limit. The tree heart demon is not very helpful to me anymore, let's use it for my son. Yi Tian called his son Yi Xingchen over. Soon, Yi Xingchen is here. Father, Yi Xingchen said respectfully. Xingchen, this is the tree heart demon seed. I will use it for you now. I will give it to your mother and sister after your eternal Tao body is upgraded to a perfect state. Yi Tian took the tree heart demon seed from the eternal Tao seed and handed it. Yi Xingchen was given to 987. Thank you, father. Yi Xingchen happily accepted it, and merged into his eternal Tao seed. In an instant, he felt that his eternal Taoist body absorbed the energy transmitted by the tree heart demon and began to rise rapidly. Tree heart demon species need a lot of resources to cultivate. If you lack resources, just tell me. Yi Tian said. Father, I know. Yi Xingchen nodded. Subsequently, Yi Xingchen went to practice. Without the tree heart demon seed, it would have little impact on Yi Tian. The tree heart demon seed itself is of little help to the growth of the eternal Tao seed. Its function is to enhance the eternal Tao body, and Yi Tian's current eternal Tao body itself has reached a perfect state, so the tree heart demon seed is naturally useless. He can now be said to be able to obtain treasures similar to the evil slaying vines, which can be specially used to improve the eternal Tao seed, so that his eternal understanding Tao seed can be improved faster. It's a pity that such treasures are so rare that even the strong in the God realm of the eternal realm need them, and it is not easy for him to obtain them. Maybe you can go to the eternal Yinfang belt for a while. Yi Tian secretly thought. This is one of the places where there may be treasures that he knows, and it is also the most promising place. The eternal Yin wind belt is very dangerous. There are many eternal Yin spirits there. These eternal Yin spirits restrain the body. Only the eternal Dao seed secret technique can kill them. Therefore, the stronger the eternal Dao seed, the easier it is to deal with the eternal Yin spirits. Yi Tian's eternal Dao seed is very powerful. He has no problem dealing with the eternal Yin spirit. Even if he encounters that extremely terrifying eternal Yin spirit, the worst thing is to lose a copy body, and he can copy a copy body at any time. So this day, a duplicate body of Yi Tian came to the eternal Yin wind belt. Swish! Yi Tian directly entered the eternal Yin wind belt, and a wave of Yin wind forces invaded his body, but they were all blocked by his perfect eternal Dao shot. Not a big problem, Yi Tian secretly thought. Immediately, he began to search for treasure resources in the eternal Yin wind belt. He has also inquired that the eternal Yinfang belt does have some resources, and if he is lucky, he can even find treasures that make even the gods of the eternal realm feel excited. However, those who are strong in the god realm of the eternal realm will hardly enter the eternal Yin wind belt. One is that the chances of finding that kind of opportunity are very low, and the other is that they are afraid of encountering an eternal Yin spirit that is comparable to the god realm of the eternal realm. The eternal Yin spirit with the strength of the god realm of the eternal realm can break the solidification of the god realm of the eternal realm, thus affecting the eternal Dao seed of the god realm of the eternal realm. Disaster. Moreover, if there is a flaw, if the enemy targets it, there is a possibility of turning it into a demon seed. Therefore, the god realm of the eternal realm is not necessary, and it is not worth entering the eternal Yin wind belt. Soon, Yi Tian encountered the eternal Yin spirit. The speed of the eternal Yin spirit in the eternal Yin wind belt is extremely fast. It is really difficult to avoid the pursuit of the eternal Yin spirit. Only by escaping from the eternal Yin wind belt can you avoid the pursuit. Once you leave the eternal Yin wind belt, no matter how powerful the eternal Yin spirit is, you can't chase it out. Creatures like the eternal Yin spirit can only survive in the eternal Yin wind belt. The field of ruins. When this kind of secret technique was unfolded, the speed of the surrounding eternal ghosts slowed down to the extreme. Then, the spear of the ruined sun was unleashed, piercing through the bodies of the eternal Yin spirits and blasting them to death. An eternal Yin spirit wanted to escape, but Yi Tian grabbed the void with his right hand. Grasp of the ruinous sun. The power of the eternal Dao seed pinched the opponent directly. Boom! This eternal Yin spirit was directly crushed by Yi Tian. These eternal ghosts are not considered powerful, they are far inferior to me. Yi Tian murmured. Subsequently, he continued to explore the eternal wind belt, trying to find some goodies. This day, Yi Tian found a good thing, eternal Yinling Shi. This kind of eternal Yinling Shi helps to refine the eternal Dao body, and the side effects are not too big. If it is sold, it will be needed in many eternal Dao realms. Collect them and send them to the human race temple. Whoever wants them can exchange them. Yi Tian thought so. Time flies. Yi Tian gained a lot, but he really didn't find a few resources that were helpful to him, and none of them had much effect. He could only slightly improve the eternal Dao seed, which was far inferior to the effect of the tomb of the evil vine. It's no wonder those powerhouses in the eternal realm don't come here to find resources. The resources here really can't attract them. Yi Tian secretly thought. Gradually, thousands of years to the Dao era passed. He searched a lot of areas in the eternal Yin wind belt, and he also encountered the eternal Yin spirit that was comparable to the god realm of the eternal realm, and was instantly killed by the opponent. However, still haven't found anything good. He wasn't in a hurry, so he searched slowly, and there was always something to gain. Finally this day, Yi Tian made a new discovery. The lair of eternal darkness. When Yi Tian came here, he saw hundreds of eternal Yin spirits, and also sensed an aura similar to that of a demon seed. Naturally, this aura is not a real demon seed, but a bit like the aura of items such as evil-slaying vines. Even if it's not the type of evil-slaying vines, it's also the type of tree heart demon. Yi Tian murmured. Subsequently, he entered this lair, and when he was besieged by these eternal ghosts, he also saw the treasure. It was a crimson flower, so red that it was a bit bewitching. But Yi Tian is sure that this thing is absolutely similar to Xie Zhu Zhuangsha. Must get it, Yi Tian secretly thought. Chapter 2988 Devouring Demon Flower. Boom! Yi Tian fought with these eternal ghosts, but found that he was no match. In desperation, he chose to retreat. I have to get other cloned bodies, to help. Yi Tian's other duplicated bodies came one after another, and several duplicated bodies came to this nest of eternal ghosts together to fight with this group of eternal ghosts. However, Yi Tian found that his strength was still a little weaker, mainly because one of the eternal ghosts was too powerful, although not as good as the eternal ghosts in the god realm of the eternal realm. But it is definitely the eternal ghost of the top half-step eternal world god realm. Several copies of Yi Tian's bodies shot together, but they couldn't help the eternal yin spirit, and with the help of other eternal yin spirits, he was still repelled. If he encounters eternal supreme Tao realm with similar strength, he can use the evil punishment vine to deal with them, but they are eternal yin spirits, and the evil punishment vine does not pose any threat to them. Perhaps the eternal devourer can deal with them. Yi Tian secretly thought. The eternal realm devouring spear is transformed from the broken branches of the eternal realm devouring tree. It mainly devours the eternal Tao seed and transforms the eternal Tao seed into a demon seed, but it still has terrible lethality. He has tried. The eternal world devouring spear can also devour the enemy's strength, and the piercing wound is also terrifying. If you attack these eternal ghosts with the eternal world devouring spear, you should be able to defeat them. Endless Kingdom. A duplicate body of Yi Tian rushed to the eternal yin wind belt with the eternal realm devouring spear. This time, it was also very risky to bring the eternal realm devouring spear there. In case of encountering an eternal yin spirit comparable to the god realm of the eternal realm devouring spear may be lost. But this possibility is very low, so it is natural to take a risk and try it. Once successful, he can obtain that treasure. After a while, Yi Tian arrived at the lair of the eternal yin spirit and launched another attack. Exclamation mark exclamation mark exclamation mark exclamation mark. Yi Tian held the eternal world devouring spear, and directly poked at one of the eternal yin spirits. Poof! The eternal yin spirit was pierced by a shot, and immediately dissipated. What a terrifying lethality, every day will be blamed. Yi Tian said excitedly. Next, his other cloned bodies kept fighting with other eternal ghosts. He didn't rush to deal with the most powerful eternal yin spirit, but barely held it. He got rid of the weaker eternal ghosts first, and then dealt with the most powerful eternal ghosts with all his strength. Kill, 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 one after another, the eternal yin spirit was beheaded by Yi Tian, and gradually, the most powerful eternal yin spirit was killed. Boom! The eternal boundary spear shot at the opponent tried his best to resist, but was still blown away, and the slightest bit of power on his body was absorbed by the eternal boundary spear. It really worked. Afterwards, Yi Tian kept besieging and killing the eternal yin spirit, relying on the eternal realm to devour the spear, constantly weakening the opponent's strength. Gradually, the opponent's strength became weaker and weaker, until he was not Yi Tian's opponent, but was surrounded and killed by Yi Tian's several cloned bodies. It's here. Yi Tian carefully picked this bewildering red flower, and this flower quickly entered Yi Tian's minister of the eternal Tao seed. Really, this treasure is also affecting Yi Tian's eternal Tao seed, but it cannot turn it into a demon seed, and while affecting it, it is also releasing an energy to temper his eternal Tao seed. Hey, the effect is actually better than the evil vine, this time I made a lot of money. Yi Tian said in surprise. Subsequently, it would be bad if Yi Tian left quickly to avoid being in danger here. Endless Kingdom. Yi Tian returned, and he was in a very good mood at the moment. After all this time he got the flower that was comparable to the evil slaying vine. He appraised it with the eternal appreciation mirror. I know the name of this treasure. Open black lens bracket spirit devouring demon flower close black lens bracket. Moreover, the spirit devouring demon flower, like the evil punishing vine, can affect the eternal Tao seed and turn it into a demon seed, but it can also temper the eternal Tao seed and the eternal demon seed, which is a very good thing for him. With the spirit devouring demon flower and the evil punishing vine, my eternal Tao seed will be tempered faster and will become stronger quickly. Yi Tian murmured, certainly, this kind of treasure, he naturally wants more, so that his eternal Tao seed will grow faster. Next, continue to search for this type of treasure in the eternal yin wind belt. If you are lucky, you can find more such treasures. 0. Seeking flowers. Yi Tian thought to himself. Time flies. Before I knew it, hundreds of millions of Tao era years had passed. On this day, a piece of good news came that Yi Xingqian's eternal Tao body had been promoted to a state of perfection, and his strength far surpassed that of the past. Subsequently, Yi Xingqian also planted the tree heart demon to his mother Xiao Yu. Certainly, Yi Xingqian's strength has improved so fast, and he has not exposed it. He is also very low-key in the endless country. Otherwise, Yi Tian and Yi Xingqian have broken through so fast in succession, and the fool will know that there is something wrong. Now he is not afraid of half-stepping into the God realm of the eternal realm, but he is afraid of causing the existence of the God realm of the eternal realm. Therefore, Yi Xingqian carefully studied the secret art of the eternal Tao seed in the following years, and gradually improved the eternal Tao seed. This day, Qin He invited the rulers of many eternal kingdoms to discuss the abyss of demon seeds. Yi Tian and other national leaders passed by and discussed the meeting in the capital of the kingdom of the gods. At this meeting, almost all the country leaders came, only a few country leaders went out to practice, did not return, and did not have time to return, so they did not participate. Meeting. Qin He, as a representative, said, "Everyone, this meeting is mainly to discuss the matter of the 6 demonic abysses of our All Gods Kingdom Alliance." "Master Qin He, is there another riot in the demon seed abyss?" asked a king. Qin He nodded, "Well, there are signs of riots. The most important thing is the number. 1 demon seed abyss. The problem is a bit serious. Before, when my master, the Lord of all gods, was still there, the no. 1 demon seed abyss could be suppressed. But without master's suppression, the problem of the no. 1 demon seed abyss will become serious." Yi Tian asked, "Master Qin He, what should we do now?" Qin He frowned and said, "The devil seed abyss is very troublesome. Many of our country masters in the eternal Tao realm have serious problems with the eternal Tao seed. They dare not enter the devil seed abyss casually. And there is still a powerful statue in the no. 1 devil seed abyss. The demon species that are extremely close to the divine realm of the eternal world, with the help of the eternal demon pillar of the number 1 demon seed abyss, even my master dared not step into the number 1 demon seed abyss, and we have nothing to do they. However, this time, I hope to mobilize a large number of eternal supreme Tao realm and the king, lure some demons out, and kill them, so as to solve the crisis of future demon riots." Chapter 2989 Battle of the No. 1 demon seed abyss. Eternal magic pillar. Yi Tian also knows that this thing is a treasure standing in the depths of the abyss of the no. 1 demon seed, and those in the eternal Tao realm dare not approach it, otherwise it will be easily transformed by the demon seed. With the help of the power of the eternal demon pillar, that demon can even threaten the God realm of the eternal realm. This is also the reason why the Lord of all gods has not dealt with these demons, and he did not dare to kill them. Certainly, that demon seed did not dare to come out. Without the blessing of the eternal magic pillar, that demon seed would not be able to defeat the divine realm of the eternal realm. Of course, their goal now is to clean up some of the monsters in the abyss of the number 1 monster. After all, over the long years, the number of monsters in the no. 1 demon seed abyss has accumulated more and more, and they dare not go in to clean it up, so they can only find a way to clean it up now. Okay, let's do it. The other kings also agreed. After all, the 980 matter, the main thing is that Qin He has the final say, as long as they don't object. Afterwards, the major country lords began to formulate a battle plan, and it took some time to formulate it. In short, it is a good thing to deal with the problem of the number 1 demon seed abyss, which will help the stability and security of the All Gods Kingdom Alliance. If not, the real number 1 demon seeded abyss riot will inevitably affect other demon seeded abysses, and riots will follow. At that time, the 10,000 Gods Kingdom Alliance will be in trouble, and I am afraid that the Lord of the 10,000 Gods will have to return to solve the problem. After the battle agreement was negotiated, Yi Tian asked curiously, "Everyone, why does the number of monsters increase so fast? It stands to reason that the probability of the monsters being killed should be higher than the chance of being stalked." At this time, the faces of some country leaders changed slightly, but they quickly returned to normal. Lord Qin He said, "Because some of the eternal realms are about to become eternal demon seeds, they have already settled down, and they are in a dangerous situation. If they destroy the eternal Tao seeds themselves, they will definitely die. Therefore, they will choose another path and take the initiative. Enter the abyss of the demon species, choose to transform yourself into a demon species, and become a demon species." Why is this? Becoming a demon seed is equivalent to death, isn't it? Yi Tian was puzzled. Lord Qin He said helplessly, "Because many of the eternal realms firmly believe that demon seed transformation is another way. Although the demon seed has almost no spiritual intelligence, the demon seed in the abyss of the no. 1 demon seed has weak spiritual intelligence. So, they firmly believe that once the monster breaks through to the divine realm of the eternal realm, it is very likely to be born with spiritual wisdom. Then, it is very likely that their current consciousness will recover, which is equivalent to another kind of rebirth. Even, this idea has gained a lot of eternal realm recognition, so they are willing to give Lan a go. I see. Yi Tian understood. He reckoned that the Eternal Lords present had such thoughts, but this kind of thoughts must not be expressed. In other words, Qin He has no risk of becoming a demon, so he can speak casually, and he is powerful, so he is not afraid of offending other Eternal Supreme Tao realms. Okay, that's the end of this meeting, everyone, let's arrange people. In addition, I will also notify other non-national level forces and ask them to arrange some Eternal Supreme Tao realm to help solve the risk of the No. 1 Yellow Race Abyss riot this time. Lord Qin He said, okay. Many kings nodded, and immediately left the kingdom of the gods. Endless Kingdom. Yi Tian began to discuss sending Eternity to Tao realm to go there. First of all, his son must go there. Although it will reveal his strength, this time is also an opportunity for sharpening. In addition, Linli of the human race has also completed the eternal Tao body, and his strength is not weak, so he can also sharpen it a little bit. In addition, some strong men who have cultivated the eternal Tao seed from other forces in the Endless Kingdom have to be allowed to go. The entire Endless Kingdom can gather about a dozen strong men who have completed the eternal Tao body. Subsequently, Yi Tian called Yi Xingchen and Lin Lei and told them about it. Naturally, they were not afraid and nodded one after another. After that, other forces also received Yi Tian's notice, and then immediately went to the No. 1 Demon Seed Abyss. Not long, a number of Eternal Supreme Tao Realm powerhouses who have completed the Eternal Tao body have arrived here. And there are many large formations near the No. 1 Demon Seed Abyss, much stronger than the large formations on the other side of the Jupiter Demon Seed Abyss. When Eternity reached the Tao realm, Lord Qin He took out a treasure, Cold Heaven Magic Stone. Certainly, the Emperor Aogu let an Eternal Tao realm enter the abyss of the number 6 Demon Seed with a Cold Sky Magic Stone in hand, causing a riot of the Demon Seed. This is also the simplest way. However, this time it is to attract some demon species, which is an allowed behavior. If you do this in private, you are definitely not allowed, that's courting death. Everyone, I will activate the power of the Cold Sky Demon Stone later, and then many demon species will rush out, actively open the first line of defense, and then wipe them out between the first line of defense and the second line of defense. Quote. The number 1 Demon Seed Abyss, which is second only to the God realm of the Eternal Realm, may also come out. But the possibility of coming out is not high. After all, he doesn't know that the Great Lord of the Gods has left, and he will never dare to take risks. If we really come out, I and a few half-step Eternal Realm God realm will block each other. Lord Qin He said. The other Eternal Supreme Tao realms nodded one after another, and followed Qin He's plan. Wow, Lord Qin He entered the No. 1 Demon Seed Abyss, and then quickly activated the ability of the Cold Sky Demon Stone. Immediately, he left the Demon Seed Abyss and came out. And at the next moment, the breath of the Demon Seed came. And not just one monster, but the breath of multiple monsters, they all came out of the number 1 Monster Abyss. Everyone, open the first line of defense. Lord Qin He ordered. Wow, the first line of defense was withdrawn, and the group of demons broke through the first line of defense one after another, and went straight to the second line of defense. Shoot, a statue of Eternal to Tao realm shot. Yi Tian, Yi Xing 3.7 Chen, Lin Lei and other powerhouses from the Endless Kingdom also took action, and Yi Tian is also paying attention to Yi Xingchen's situation, although Yi Xingchen's strength is also strong enough, second only to the half-step Eternal God realm a strong man, but there are also some monsters that he can't deal with. Therefore, Yi Tian had to devote some attention to his safety. Boom, a demon species was killed by many Eternal Supreme Tao realms, but some Eternal Supreme Tao realms were severely injured or even killed. Sudden, Linli was blown away by a powerful monster. At the critical moment, Yi Tian struck out and killed the monster directly, saving Linli. Thank you Yi Tian Patriarch. Linli said hastily. When you meet a powerful monster, just run away, and just fight with a weaker monster. Yi Tian sent a message. Linli nodded, indicating that he understood. Chapter 2990 The Magic Seed is facing the abyss, the power of the Eternal Magic Pillar. As time passed, more and more monsters rushed out from the abyss of the number 1 monster. Close the first line of defense. Lord Qin He issued an order. Because a lot of monsters have already been attracted at this time, there is no need to continue to induce, otherwise it will cause damage to them. Therefore, now they only need to close the first line of defense and intercept the number 1 demon seed in the abyss. That's it. Then, they can wipe out all the monsters between the first line of defense and the second line of defense, and they can complete the task. Boom! All the formations on the first line of defense were activated, and then they began to deal with those monsters with all their strength. Gradually, one after another of the demon species was wiped out, and the injured Eternal Supreme Tao realm would also be withdrawn, so as to avoid more losses. Time flies. The number of monsters is getting smaller and smaller, so the task should be completed soon. However, at this moment, an accident happened. One demon seed abyss. A monster with extremely powerful body strength came out from the abyss of the monster, and the aura of the monster on his body was extremely terrifying, far surpassing other top monsters. He is the strongest demon of the number 1 demon species Abyss 07. He used to be a half-step powerhouse in the Eternal Realm, but it was a pity that he became a demon by accident, but now, his physical body is almost comparable to that of the Eternal Realm powerhouse, and has a certain weak spiritual intelligence and can perform some special moves. Although it is not as good as the Taoist secret technique, it can also exert a stronger strength. Soon, this monster came out of the number 1 monster abyss, and its terrifying aura spread from the number 1 monster abyss to the first line of defense, and many Eternal Realms sensed his breath. No, the demon seed Linyuan has come out. King Qinhe's complexion changed. He immediately came to the first line of defense with 2 other strong men who were half a step away from the Eternal Realm God realm. How did he come out? Isn't he afraid that the great Lord of all gods is here, so he directly suppresses and kills him? Lord Qinhe didn't understand. There is only one possibility. He has a special way to sense the aura of the great Lord of the myriad gods, knowing that the great Lord of the myriad gods is not here, so he dares to come out. Said another half-step Eternal Realm God realm. No matter, stop him first. The 3 strong men in the divine realm of the Eternal Realm blocked him together. Boom! Linyuan, the demon species, made a bold move and punched him. His fist carried a terrifying demonic aura, and it became extremely huge, as if it covered the entire void. Click! The time and space here collapsed one after another, and those formations couldn't stop them, and they also began to collapse. Lord Qinhe and the other 3 powerhouses in the Eternal Realm God realm all shot to intercept and block the punch, but a terrifying aura of demon seeds permeated the air, and several Eternal Realm Tao realm were affected, and the Eternal Tao seed there is a risk of being demonized. You all withdraw, or you will all be demonized. King Qinhe sent a message. Swish swish swish. Those Eternal Realms on the first line of defense withdrew one after another, and no longer maintained the formation. After all, the formation was useless to the demon Linyuan, and it was useless to stay here and would only seek death. Therefore, they dare not stay here. Boom! The 3 half-step Eternal Gods besieged Linyuan, the demon species, but they couldn't shake each other. It's not good, the strength of the demon seed Linyuan is stronger than before. Lord Qinhe frowned. According to this trend, the demon seed Linyuan really has the hope of breaking through to the God realm strength of the Eternal Realm. Are you asking for help? Another half-step Eternal Realm God realm powerhouse said. It's too late to ask for help now. My master has gone to a mysterious place. If he asks for help, he won't receive it. As for asking for help from the Eternal Boundary Court, we haven't reached a desperate situation yet, and they won't send someone strong. Even I don't know how long it will take to send a strong man here, but the time is too late. Qinhe said. Then we can only block the demons Linyuan with all our strength first, let other strong people kill those demons, and then find a way to help us. Said another half-step Eternal Realm God. That's the only way, Lord Qinhe responded. That's the demon seed facing the abyss. Lord Qinhe and the others seemed to be unable to stop it. Yi Tian murmured. He knew that he had to find a way to kill all the demon seeds here first, so his other cloned bodies rushed over. Not long, his duplicate body came and joined the battle. With his duplicate body joining, the monsters were killed one by one. A monster whose strength is comparable to that of the Eternal Taoist in the Perfect Realm was also easily besieged and killed by Yi Tian. Time passed slowly. All the people between the first line of defense and the second line of defense were killed. Immediately, the Eternal Supreme Tao Realm waited and watched the battle between the Lord Qinhe and the demon Linyuan. The weak are not qualified to participate in this level of fighting. Can't offer much help. I'm going to help. Yi Tian went up. With his current strength, he is also comparable to a half-step Eternal Realm God Realm powerhouse, although he is only comparable to an ordinary half-step Eternal Realm God Realm powerhouse that can also help. With Yi Tian's participation, the pressure on Qinhe and the others was slightly relieved. A duplicate body, 2 duplicate bodies, 3 duplicate bodies. In this way, it was 6 against 1, which directly suppressed the demon Linyuan. Great, with the addition of Lord Yi Tian, it is enough to suppress this demon seed Linyuan. However, just at this time, the accident happened again. 03L. The demon species Linyuan roared, and immediately in the depths of the abyss of the number 1 demon species, a phantom of the eternal magic pillar leapt across, was held in the hands of the demon species Linyuan, and ruthlessly hit King Qinhe. Among the 3 half-step eternal god realm powerhouses, Lord Qinhe is the weakest. Under this blow, King Qinhe couldn't dodge it at all and resisted it with all his strength. However, Lord Qinhe's defensive Taoist secret technique was blasted, and the lights of eternal original treasures on his body were also smashed, and they were directly smashed into the air, and his body directly hit the second line of defense. Puff! Lord Qinhe vomited blood continuously, and his body continued to crack. This time the injury was serious. Certainly, the demon seed Linyuan summons the phantom of the eternal demon pillar, which is not without cost. Obviously, this trick can't be used all the time, otherwise they don't need to fight, and they can run away directly. How could this happen? Even the demon seed Linyuan has left the No. 1 demon seed abyss, yet he is still able to use the power of the eternal demon pillar. Lord Qin and the others were all stunned. If they knew that the demon seed Linyuan still had this method, their plan would definitely not be like this. Chapter 2991. See the Eternal Magic Pillar. This is the power of the Eternal Magic Pillar, it's too terrifying. Yi Tian secretly thought, if the demon seed Linyuan can always mobilize the power of the Eternal Demon Pillar, even if he walks out of the No. 1 demon seed abyss, he can still be invincible in half a step of the Eternal Realm God Realm, and no one can stop him. Back to the third line of defense. Lord Qinhe shouted. Swish swish swish. A person named Eternal to Daojing has retreated to the third line of defense, and Yi Tian and the others also intend to introduce the demon seed Linyuan into the second line of defense, and then use the formation here to see if they can suppress the demon seed Linyuan. Even if it can't be suppressed, staying away from the No. 1 demon seed abyss might weaken the connection between the demon seed Linyuan and the eternal demon pillar. Soon, the demon seed Linyuan mobilized the power of the eternal demon pillar again, and hit a copy of Yi Tian's body with one blow. Even though Yi Tian activated the eternal Dao seed secret art, the immortal sun mask, he still couldn't stop it. The power of the eternal magic pillar broke the indestructible sun mask. Although he stabilized his body, he was already severely injured. On the other side, King Qinhe's injuries have not recovered and he is unable to participate in the battle. If this continues, the other 2 half-step eternal realm gods will not be able to stop them, and they will be completely defeated. I'll go to the No. 1 demon seed abyss to see if there is a way to break the connection between the demon seed Lin abyss and the eternal demon pillar. Yi Tian said. Lord Qinhe felt that this method was not feasible, but now he could only give it a try. Be careful, Lord Qinhe said. Immediately, another duplicate body of Yi Tian reappeared, and entered the No. 1 demon seed abyss from another direction. The No. 1 demon seed abyss. Yi Tian shuttled quickly along the way, never fighting against other monsters. Even if there were monsters blocking him, he would only hit the opponent. His destination is only one place, and that is the eternal magic pillar. Yi Tian's speed was very fast, and he arrived at the eternal magic pillar in a short while. In the alliance of the kingdom of the gods, none of the eternal supreme Dao realm dared to come here in the past. Even if the demon seed Linyuan is not here, they dare not approach the eternal demon pillar, otherwise the eternal Dao seed will be under the influence of the eternal demon pillar. Transformation, thus becoming a monster. Yi Tian was close to the eternal demon pillar, and the power of the eternal demon pillar was affecting his eternal demon seed, but no matter how he affected him, he couldn't turn him into a demon seed. What a terrifying eternal magic pillar, the energy contained in it is too terrifying, far surpassing those of us who are in the eternal realm. Even the evil slaying vines are far inferior to the eternal magic pillar. Yi Tian murmured. He was a little curious, if such an eternal magic pillar stood here, even if the Lord of all gods couldn't take it away, why didn't the powerful gods of the eternal realm come to take it away? The eternal magic pillar is definitely a good thing. In other words, even the powerhouses in the eternal realm god realm cannot withstand the power of the eternal demon pillar, so it is still possible to transform into a demon seed, or affect the eternal Dao seed, causing certain damage. However, Yi Tian didn't think about this, he just wanted to break the connection between the demon seed Linyuan and the eternal magic pillar. Attack and try. Yi Tian bombarded the eternal magic pillar with all his strength. However, boom, the eternal demon pillar didn't move at all, but a counterattack came from it, directly knocking him into the air. Sure enough, the eternal demon pillar is impossible to destroy. If it could be destroyed, the great Lord of all gods would definitely do it himself. Yi Tian immediately stood in front of the eternal magic pillar, carefully thinking about what to do. After much deliberation, it seems that there is only one way. I'll try refining the eternal magic pillar too. Yi Tian used his own power of eternal Dao Seed to invade the eternal magic pillar, thereby refining the eternal magic pillar. Boom! Yi Tian's eternal Dao Seed power gradually wrapped up, refining the eternal magic pillar little by little. At this time, the power of the eternal magic pillar is also constantly affecting Yi Tian's eternal Dao Seed. Yi Tian found that his eternal Dao Seed was also improving. Although the rate of improvement was not high, it was indeed improving. You know, he hasn't refined and controlled the eternal magic pillar yet. If I can control the eternal magic pillar, my eternal Dao Seed will definitely develop by leaps and bounds. Yi Tian thought. But it is definitely not that easy to control the eternal demon pillar. Even the demon seed Linyuan, who stayed here for endless years, has not completely controlled the eternal demon pillar. If the demon seed Linyuan had controlled the eternal demon pillar, he would have already run around with the eternal demon pillar. During the refining process, Yi Tian clearly sensed the terrifying source inside the eternal demon pillar. This source is too majestic. If he wanted to refine it, he would not be able to do it without endless time. But he doesn't need to refine the eternal demon pillar now. He just needs to find the imprint of Linyuan, the demon species inside the eternal demon pillar, and he only needs to destroy the imprint, and he should be able to break the connection between the opponent and the eternal demon pillar. As time passed, another copy of his body was severely damaged again. It can be said that they can't last long. Suddenly, Yi Tian sensed it. That familiar breath is the breath of the demon seed Linyuan. Yi Tian said excitedly. Subsequently, he burned the power of the eternal Dao Seed. Even if he scrapped this duplicate body, he would also have to destroy the imprint. Boom! The power of the eternal Dao Seed condensed into one point, bombarding the imprint of the demon seed Linyuan inside the Lord. Click! The imprint was attacked by the power of the eternal Dao Seed and began to crack. This will undoubtedly affect the connection between the demon seed Linyuan and the eternal demon pillar. Outside the No. 1 demon seed abyss, between the first line of defense and the second line of defense. The demon seed Linyuan suddenly stopped attacking Yi Tian and the others, but turned around and left, returning to the No. 1 demon seed abyss. Okay, after the demon seed Linyuan left, many eternal supreme Dao realms breathed a sigh of relief. Lord Qin came over. Master Yi Tian, did you succeed in destroying the connection between the demon seed Linyuan and the eternal demon pillar? Yes. Yi Tian nodded. How did you do it? King Qin wondered. Yi Tian explained. I sacrificed that clone, burned all my power, penetrated into the interior of the eternal demon pillar, and destroyed the imprint left by the demon seed Linyuan inside the eternal demon pillar. The demon seed Linyuan did not completely control the eternal demon pillar, it's just a preliminary refinement, so it can destroy the connection. I see, this time it is really thanks to you, Lord Yi Tian. Lord Qin said with emotion. If it wasn't for Yi Tian's powerful avatar, it would be impossible to destroy the connection between the demon seed Linyuan and the eternal magic pillar, and it would be impossible to sacrifice himself if he was replaced by another half-step world god realm powerhouse. Chapter 2992 Planning the Eternal Magic Pillar. Repair the formation. Lord Qin ordered. A statue of eternal supreme Dao realm began to repair the formation, and did not leave here, and had to prevent the number 1 demon seed from rioting in the abyss. However, the probability of the demon seed Linyuan rushing out will not be too high. King Qin and the others are also taking out various precious resources to repair the injury. Even if the chance of the demon seed Linyuan coming out is not high, they have to be careful. Therefore, they need to recover from the injury as soon as possible. In front of the eternal magic pillar, Yi Tian is still attacking the imprint of the demon seed Linyuan, and gradually, the imprint is about to shatter. And the speed of the demon seed Linyuan is very fast, and it is about to come over. Final hit. Boom. The imprint of the demon species Linyuan completely shattered, and the demon species Linyuan completely lost control of the eternal magic pillar. You wanna die. The voice of the demon seed Linyuan came, full of endless anger. It can be seen that the wisdom of the demon seed Linyuan is not low. It's just that he didn't expect that there is an eternal Dao realm who can get close to the eternal demon pillar and destroy his mark. Even the strong in the eternal realm god realm dare not do this. That is to say, Lord Qin didn't understand the horror of the eternal demon pillar and the difficulty of destroying the imprint, otherwise he would absolutely doubt Yi Tian's words. Normal half-step eternal realm god realm, even if you sacrifice yourself, it is impossible to destroy the imprint left by the demon seed Linyuan on the 187 eternal magic pillar, and it will only be transformed by the demon seed. Boom! Under the blow of the demon seed Linyuan, Yi Tian's duplicate body couldn't hold it anymore, and was killed instantly. However, his purpose has been accomplished. Everyone, the demon seed Linyuan should not come out. From now on, I will send a clone here. Even if the demon seed Linyuan wants to rush out, I will have time to block him for a while, which is enough for you to support. Yi Tian said proactively. That's great. Lord Qinhe breathed a sigh of relief. Yi Tian's strength is not weak, it is completely equivalent to a strong man who is half a step away from the Eternal Realm God Realm. The other half-step Eternal Realm God Realm powerhouses don't want to keep guarding here. Therefore, Yi Tian proposed it on his own initiative, and several other half-step Eternal Realm God Realm powerhouses were automatically willing and agreed one after another. However, they still waited for some years, seeing that the No. 1 Demon Seed Abyss riot was almost impossible to appear, so they left. And Yi Tian is in charge of guarding the first line of defense in the No. 1 Demon Seed Abyss. After Qinhe and the others left, Yi Tian revealed an excited expression. He took the initiative to guard here, not because of his sense of responsibility but because of the Eternal Magic Pillar. He has already seen the preciousness of the Eternal Demon Pillar, so he naturally does not want to give up the Eternal Demon Pillar. The strength of the Demon Linyuan is indeed very strong. He is not an opponent, but 3 duplicate bodies can hold the opponent back, and if 5 duplicate bodies are enough to trap the opponent. He is going to use 5 duplicate bodies to trap the demon-seeming Linyuan, and let 1 duplicate body refine the Eternal Magic Pillar. As long as he refines a little bit of the Eternal Magic Pillar, he can mobilize the power of the Eternal Magic Pillar to counter-kill the demon-seeming Linyuan. Deep. When the time comes, the Eternal Magic Pillar will be his. It is with such a plan that he will take the initiative to guard here. This day, Yi Tian entered the No. 1 Demon Seed Abyss, stayed for a short while, copied a duplicate body, and returned to the first line of defense. Naturally, there was no doubt about the other Eternal Dao realms. He only thought that Yi Tian had entered the No. 1 Demon Seed Abyss to patrol just a moment. Subsequently, Yi Tian copied one after another, and then went to the Eternal Magic Pillar again. Soon, Yi Tian saw the demon seed facing the abyss. When the demon species Linyuan saw Yi Tian, he showed a puzzled expression. He knew that Yi Tian had avatars, but he killed one and severely injured another. Why did so many avatars appear again? Boom! Yi Tian's 5 duplicate bodies rushed over, besieging the demon seed Linyuan. Before, the demon seed Linyuan forcibly activated the power of the Eternal Demon Pillar again and again, and he also had some injuries. In addition, he was besieged by Yi Tian's 5 cloned bodies, and he was suppressed for a while. Certainly, Yi Tian wanted to kill the demon seed Linyuan, but he still couldn't do it, so he could only do his best to trap him. The Prison of Ruins. Yi Tian used this eternal Taoist secret technique, and the 5 cloned bodies all performed this Taoist secret technique, and the 5 ruins prison locked Linyuan, the demon seed, and tried their best to trap him. And Yi Tian's 6th copy body came to the Eternal Magic Pillar and began to refine the Eternal Magic Pillar. At this moment, the demon seed Linyuan also saw Yi Tian's plan, and smiled coldly. The Eternal Realm also wants to refine the Eternal Demon Pillar, sooner or later it will be transformed into a demon seed. Linyuan, it seems that your wisdom is not low. I'm curious, is your consciousness the former Taoist Linyuan? Yi Tian asked. After you become a demon seed, you will know when you reach my level. Do you want to try? Linyuan sneered. Yi Tian thinks that Linyuan's consciousness is different, it is a newborn consciousness, not the past Linyuan Taoist, but he thinks so, other eternal Taoist realms don't think so. At the beginning, the demon seed Linyuan didn't panic at all, he didn't think Yi Tian could refine the Eternal Magic Pillar. However, 10,000 years of the Tao era have passed. 100,000 years have passed since the Tao era. The era of the $1 million era has passed. Unknowingly, 100 million Tao era years have passed. Yi Tian has been fighting the demon Linyuan for so long, during which time, Yi Tian's duplicate body has been changed many times, mainly because of exhaustion of strength. He has only reached the peak of the Taoist realm in eternity, and the demon seed Linyuan is half a step away from the God realm of the Eternal Realm. His cultivation surpasses Yi Tian, and this is the demon seed abyss, so his power recovery speed is also faster than Yi Tian. Naturally, it can persist for a long time. At this time, the demon seed Linyuan is already in despair, he can't believe why Yi Tian hasn't been transformed by the demon seed until now. Moreover, the number of Yi Tian's avatars is constantly rotating. Why haven't you become a demon? The demon Lin Yuan asked doubtfully. Yi Tian said, I have obtained a treasure that can stabilize the eternal Tao seed, but it is very difficult to transform me into the demon seed. He is deliberately fooling the demon seed Lin Yuan, and he will not reveal the secret that he is the perfect eternal Tao seed. Please, let me go, I can be loyal to you. The demon Lin Yuan began to beg for mercy. Once Yi Tian really controls the eternal magic pillar, he will definitely die. So, he was scared. Can't. How dare Yi Tian ask for the allegiance of a demon? If word spreads, those powerhouses in the god realm of the eternal realm will have to come and kill him. Demon seed and eternal Tao seed powerhouse are natural enemies, and it is impossible to reconcile. Chapter 2993 Kill the demon species Lin Yuan. Time passed slowly, and the demon Lin Yuan gradually became completely hopeless. Because, he could feel that Yi Tian was going to control the eternal magic pillar. Once Yi Tian has a little control over the eternal demon pillar, even if he can't exert too much power of the eternal demon pillar, he can be killed completely. He wanted to escape, but Yi Tian's 5 duplicate bodies desperately trapped him, not giving him any hope of escape. After another period of time, Yi Tian finally left a mark inside the eternal demon pillar. This mark is very weak, far inferior to the mark left by the demon seed Lin Yuan, and the power of the eternal demon pillar he can mobilize is naturally far less the power extracted by the demon seed Lin Yuan back then. The demon seed Lin Yuan controls the eternal demon pillar here, which is enough to deal with the god realm of the eternal realm like the Lord of all gods. Naturally, he is far from being able to do it, but the power he mobilizes is enough to threaten Mojang Lin Yuan. Boom! Yi Tian began to mobilize the power of the eternal magic pillar. Since he had just refined and controlled a little of the eternal magic pillar, the extracted power was very little and it was very difficult to control, but he managed to mobilize it successfully. The power of the eternal demon pillar turned into a phantom of the eternal demon pillar, and directly blasted towards Lin Yuan, the demon seed trapped by. Boom! The demon seed Lin Yuan was hit by the power of the eternal magic pillar. Next, Yi Tian urged the power of the eternal demon pillar again and again, but this kind of activation was forced, and it would also cause damage to the body, and even cause damage to the eternal Tao seed. This is also the reason why the demon seed Lin Yuan couldn't keep mobilizing the power of the eternal demon pillar. The same is true for Yi Tian, but he doesn't care about this duplicate body, and continues to push it forcefully. Moreover, while he was propelling it, he also tried to combine it with the eternal Tao seed secret technique to explode a more powerful attack power. Under the attack again and again, the body of the demon Lin Yuan split open, and it was not far from falling. Subsequently, the demon seed Lin Yuan went crazy and started to burn the eternal demon seed to kill Yi Tian. However, from the beginning to the end, he has not failed to fulfill his wish, he only severely damaged Yi Tian's 2 duplicate bodies. In the end, the demon seed Lin Yuan was suppressed and killed by the power of the eternal magic pillar, the body of the demon seed was shattered into countless pieces, and the demon seed was turned into ashes. The demon seed Lin Yuan is dead. Yi Tian was very excited. Even a powerhouse in the divine realm of the eternal realm like the great lord of all gods couldn't do anything to the demon seed Lin Yuan, and he killed him in the end. If this news gets out, the entire 10,000 Gods Kingdom Alliance will be shocked, and even the 10,000 Gods Kingdom Lord will probably have to come back after knowing about it. But Yi Tian will not let this news spread, he will keep it a secret. Next, 2 duplicate bodies will guard the eternal demon pillar. One duplicate body will be responsible for refining the eternal demon pillar, and the other will be responsible for driving away other demon species. Yi Tian planned. After all, he is not a demon, and other demons will still attack him. It's just that this is the territory of the demon species Lin Yuan, and other demon species dare not approach, but without the deterrent aura of the demon species Lin Yuan, other demon species will definitely come to interfere with him, so it is also a good thing to have an extra duplicate body. After that, he removed the other duplicate bodies, leaving these 2 duplicate bodies. In the years that followed, he used the eternal demon to strengthen his eternal Tao seed. And after refining the eternal magic pillar initially, the eternal Tao seed grows much faster. According to this speed, my eternal Tao seed will grow rapidly. After it grows to the limit and it is difficult to grow, I will solidify the eternal Tao seed. Yi Tian murmured. He reckoned that the eternal magic pillar would help strengthen the eternal Tao seed, but it would not help solidify the eternal Tao seed. Otherwise, the demon seed Lin Yuan would not be unable to break through to the divine realm of the eternal realm. Of course, there is also a possibility that there is no follow-up path for the demon species, and half a step to the eternal realm is the limit, but this possibility should not exist. If the demons did not exist in the god realm of the eternal realm, then the alliance of the 10,000 gods kingdom would not be so afraid of the demons, nor would the lord of the 10,000 gods be so afraid of the demons, and the demons would not even be able to continue to exist. There must be a lot of demons in the eternal realm, and there are even many demons in the god realm of the eternal realm. It's just that the all gods kingdom alliance is too remote, there are no strong people, and there are no demon seeds in the god realm of the eternal realm. Yi Tian secretly thought. He didn't think too much, but worked hard to refine the eternal demon pillar until one day he could completely refine the eternal demon pillar. 0. Seeking flowers, 0. However, the demon seed Linyuan has been refined for endless years, but he has not been completely refined. Unless he can break through to the god realm of the eternal realm, coupled with the long years, he can hope to completely refine eternal Ba. The years passed. The No. 1 demon seed abyss has no demon seed abyss, and it is almost impossible for a demon seed riot to occur. In addition, Yi Tian will occasionally clean up a few demon seeds, which greatly reduces the number of demon seeds in the No. 1 demon seed abyss. However, he won't clean it all up, otherwise other eternal realms will find something wrong when they come in. This day, Yi Tian was practicing, and discovered that an eternal realm had passed the first line of defense and entered the No. 1 demon seed abyss. It's him, Zan Xuan Taoist. *********************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************** The eternal Tao body is small and powerful, and his strength is not weak. In the process of blocking the demon seed last time, he was seriously injured. And, this time, Yi Tian sensed a strong rotten aura on the other party, even though the other party tried to suppress it, and covered it up with some kind of eternal original treasure. But Yi Tian has been fighting with the demons in Linyuan for a long time, and he is too sensitive to the breath of the demons, so he can sense it. Zhan Xuan Dao is mainly unable to control the demon seed transformation. In this case, he does not destroy his eternal Tao seed, but enters the abyss of the number 1 demon seed. He is afraid that he will take the initiative to transform into a demon seed. Yi Tian guessed. Really, Yi Tian didn't guess wrong. Not long after, the road patrol master was transformed into a demon seed in the number 1 demon seed abyss. Why bother? Yi Tian shook his head. If there is really an enemy, it is better to hide in a place similar to the imaginary realm, self-destruct the eternal Tao seed. Even if you only have the ordinary eternal to Tao realm, you are still invincible there, and your life is very comfortable. The enemy it is also unlikely to be found. However, they are not happy to have their incomparably powerful strength and status, and let their strength be reduced many times in an instant, and they hide. This is the case with the demon seed Linyuan, and so is the road patrol king. Yi Tian didn't go to kill Zhan Xuan Taoist master, just a demon with a small eternal Tao body, no threat to him. Chapter 2994 Eternal Blood Drop Stone. Since the hundreds of millions of Tao era after the initial control of the eternal demon pillar, Yi Tian's eternal Tao seed has become stronger and stronger. And as more and more eternal demon pillars are controlled, the growth rate of the eternal Tao seed is also accelerating. At this time, the effect of the eternal demon pillar on enhancing the eternal Tao seed has surpassed that of the evil punishing vine and spirit devouring demon flower. And in the future, the effect of the eternal demon pillar will far surpass that of the evil slaying vine and the spirit devouring demon flower. Give the evil slaying vines to my son. In this way, his eternal Tao seed will continue to be strengthened, his strength will steadily increase, and he will be able to quickly rise to half a step of the eternal God realm in the future. Certainly, he also has high demands on his son. At least he has to raise the eternal Tao seed to the limit before he is allowed to hit half a step of the eternal realm God realm. Endless Kingdom. Yi Tian called Yi Xingchen to him, and then took out the evil slaying vine. 710. Xingchen, this is the evil slaying vine, which can turn the eternal Tao seed into a demon seed, but it is useless to the perfect level eternal Tao seed, and it can also strengthen the eternal Tao seed. The evil slaying vine is for you, and you put it in the eternal Tao seed, but it must not be leaked to the outside world. This kind of treasure is useful to the strong in the eternal world. Once it is leaked, it will be troublesome. Yi Tian said, Father, I understand. Yi Xingchen took it excitedly. He has obtained the tree heart demon seed before, so he naturally knows this kind of treasure, but the tree heart demon seed is too weak to temper the eternal Tao seed, and it is only for improving the eternal Tao body. But his eternal Tao body is complete, so he naturally needs to upgrade the eternal Tao seed. Now, with the evil-slaying vines, his first eternal species can be quickly improved. Immediately, he integrated the evil punishment vine into the eternal Tao seed, and felt the refinement and improvement of the eternal Tao seed by the evil punishment vine. It works great. Yi Xingchen became even more excited. Go ahead and work hard to improve the eternal Tao seed. Remember, without my permission, never go to the half-step eternal realm God realm. We are practicing the perfect eternal Tao seed, and we should upgrade the eternal Tao seed, go to the limit, and then solidify the eternal Tao seed, so as not to waste the potential. Yi Tian urged. Father, I understand, Yi Xingchen responded. Unknowingly, hundreds of millions of Tao era years have passed. At this time, Yi Tian's control over the eternal Tao seed is closer, and the eternal Tao seed's promotion is faster. Then, Yi Tian gave the spirit-devouring demon flower to his wife Xiao Yu, and asked Xiao Yu to grow the eternal Tao seed. In this way, the wife can also grow the eternal Tao seed at the same time. Eternal Wind Belt. In addition to besieging Linyuan, the demon species, mobilizing many duplicate bodies, he did not explore the eternal Yinfeng Belt, and then he began to explore the eternal Yinfeng Belt. He also wants to obtain treasures like the spirit-devouring demon flower. Even if he doesn't need it, he can still use it for his daughter. After all, if you have a son and a wife, you have to have one for your daughter too. But, the original level of the eternal Yin Wind Belt is not high. Whether you can meet the treasure that is equivalent to the spirit-devouring demon flower, it depends on your luck. Yi Tian is not in a hurry, just look for it slowly. It doesn't matter if you have it, it doesn't matter if you don't have it. The big deal will wait for your son or wife's eternal Tao seed to be raised to the limit in the future, and then give the daughter the evil-slaying vine or the spirit-devouring demon flower. Years passed, and a long time passed. This day, somewhere in the eternal Yin Wind Belt, Yi Tian finally found treasures similar to the evil-killing vine and the soul-devouring demon flower again, and it was also inside a lair of the eternal Yin spirit. It should be this kind of treasure that attracts the eternal Yin spirit. Yi Tian guessed. Fortunately, the eternal Yin spirit here is not too powerful, and he can deal with it with his current strength. Boom! After a fight, Yi Tian killed all the eternal Yin spirits here, and then came to the treasure. This treasure is a scarlet red stone, and it is not small. Yi Tian appraised it with the eternal appreciation mirror and learned the name of this stone. GX. As he guessed, this stone is a treasure that can be transformed into a demon seed with the eternal Tao seed and helps to strengthen the eternal Tao seed. It is similar to the effect of the evil punishment vine, but can it be compared to the effect of the evil punishment vine? Have to test to know. After Yi Tian integrated the eternal blood drop stone into the eternal Tao seed, let's see the effect. Soon, the eternal blood drop stone fused successfully, and then absorbed various materials to strengthen Yi Tian's eternal Tao seed. The effect is about the same. Yi Tian judged. Afterwards, he brought the eternal blood drop stone to the Endless Kingdom, called his daughter Yi Xingyu, and gave her the eternal blood drop stone. Yi Xingyu was naturally very excited when she got the eternal blood drop stone, and she happily went to upgrade the eternal Tao seed. Wife, son, and daughter, their eternal Tao seeds can all improve quickly. Although it is not as fast as my current ascension speed, it is many times faster than other eternal Tao realms. Yi Tian murmured. His current goal is to raise the eternal Tao seed to the current limit. He can collect some resources if he can usually collect them, and if he can't collect them, he can't collect them. In this way, the long and smooth years passed. The human race is developing, the Endless Kingdom is developing, and the entire alliance of all gods is also developing. During this period of time, the strength of the 10,000 Gods Kingdom Alliance is recovering. Although there are occasional old-fashioned eternal Tao body powerhouses who are transformed into demon seeds, there are more eternal Tao body powerhouses who have completed the eternal Tao body. Emperor is increasing. Gradually, the years from 1 billion to the Tao era passed. For those in the eternal Tao realm, what is a mere billions of Tao era? It's just a short time. But for Yi Tian, it has been a long time. Moreover, he unexpectedly found another eternal national decree. This time, he is not going to trade this eternal kingdom edict, mainly because those eternal realms of the All Gods Kingdom Alliance probably cannot come up with suitable treasures for him. Even if they take out treasures similar to the evil vines, he will not know need for 3.0 anymore. So, prepare to keep this eternal edict for yourself. This day, Yi Tian called Yi Xingchen and Yi Xingyu to him, and asked, Xingchen, Xingyu, do you want to open up an eternal kingdom and become the lord of the country? As soon as Yi Xingchen heard it, he knew that his father should have found another eternal national decree, so he said, Father, have you obtained another eternal national decree? Yes. Yi Tian nodded. I'm thinking that even if I trade them, I won't be able to trade them for anything good. Besides, I don't need other items right now. It's a waste to keep them. If you want them, take them. Father, I want to open up the Eternal Kingdom for fun. Now our human race is developing rapidly in the Endless Kingdom, and a mere 20% of the territory is too small. I want to open up another Eternal Kingdom and house some human races. Yi Xingchen said. Chapter 2995 Realm God Country Boundary. It is good. Yi Tian agreed. Yi Xingchen took the Eternal Kingdom decree, and then prepared to open up a star kingdom near the Endless Kingdom. Not long. Boom. The development of the Kingdom of Stars has begun, and it has attracted the attention of many kings in eternity to the realm for a while. How long has passed, and a new Eternal Kingdom has been opened up. All of a sudden, a large number of Eternal Dao realms went to check, all of them were investigating who was opening up the Eternal Kingdom. Yi Tian quickly went on to say that his son is opening up the Eternal Kingdom. When the news came out, all the Eternal Realms were extremely shocked. After all, it wasn't long before Yi Tian opened up the Eternal Kingdom, and he sold an Eternal Kingdom token to the Lord of Notes, allowing the Lord of Notes to open up an Eternal Kingdom. Now his son has opened up the Eternal Kingdom of Japan. This is a total of 3 Eternal Kingdom orders. You know, there are only a few dozen Eternal Kingdoms in the entire All-God Kingdom Alliance. If it were the Eternal Kingdoms that collapsed before, there would be at most 100 Eternal Kingdom tokens in total. 07. As for the 10,000 Gods Kingdom Alliance, how many years of development have they accumulated to accumulate such a small amount of Eternal National tokens? Yi Tian has occupied 3 of them and obtained them in a very short period of time. This is incredible. At this time, there was also the Eternal Supreme Dao Realm asking Yi Tian if he still had the Eternal Edict. Yi Tian's reply was naturally no, and he did not. Another period of time has passed, and the development of the Kingdom of Stars has been completed. At this time, a group of human beings were transferred into the Kingdom of Stars. Certainly, according to the All Gods Kingdom Alliance, 80% of the territory will have to be handed over to other forces after 100 million to the Dao era, so that they can develop and improve together. Regarding this, Yi Tian has no objection now, but before the 100 million Dao era years, he will definitely not let go. A small meeting of masters. Yi Tian brought his son Yi Xingchen to participate. Lord Qin, he said. The Lord Yi Tian is amazing, a family with 2 kings, and both of them have cultivated to the perfect realm of the eternal Taoist body. The other kings are also very envious, and even have a trace of jealousy and greed. Anyone can see that Yi Tian must have a secret, otherwise he would not be able to raise his son to this level. As for relying on Yi Xingchen himself, they don't believe it. After all, Yi Xingchen has not been around for a long time since he appeared, and he has never been to any treasure land. Therefore, the high probability is the resource given by Yi Tian. However, the 10,000 Gods Kingdom Alliance doesn't have many chances. How did Yi Tian cultivate? They are very curious. Of course, it may also be the place where Yi Tian was born, with countless resources. But they searched for a long time, but they didn't know where Yi Tian came from, and they didn't dare to investigate deeply, otherwise they would offend Yi Tian. Yi Tian's current strength is comparable to half-step Eternal Realm God Realm, and he also has multiple clones, equivalent to multiple half-step Eternal Realm God Realm. 5. If the Lord of the Great Gods does not come back, whoever is Yi Tian's opponent. Therefore, they are all afraid of Yi Tian's strength. Even if Yi Tian has the opportunity, they dare not try it. Afterwards, they discussed the Kingdom of Stars. Among them was the 80% territory of the Star Kingdom. Yi Xingchen naturally would not object and agreed. Afterwards, they chattered and chatted casually, treating it as a party. However, just after the meeting ended, Lord Qin, he said, "My lords, not long ago, my master, the great lord of the gods, sent a message and said one thing, that is, we hope to move to the realm of the gods." World of gods. Many country lords were not excited when they heard this, but frowned a little. Master Qin, if you want to relocate to the realm of the gods, probably only the kingdom of the gods is eligible, and relocating to the realm of the gods is not good for us. And once the alliance of the kingdom of the gods loses the kingdom of the gods, the strength will also be greatly reduced. A king said. Lord Qin, he smiled and said, "Everyone, you should be clear that the ultimate goal of any eternal kingdom is to enter the realm of the gods. The eternal kingdom is full of death zones and resources are scarce. At my level, there are almost no chances. I can improve my strength, and only the realm of the gods can have hope. And this can move the entire eternal kingdom to the realm of the gods. If you can give up the king and even join the kingdom of the gods, you can still enter the realm of the gods' national boundaries. On the other side, the Lord said, give up the status of the Lord and join the kingdom of the gods. Even if you can enter the kingdom of the gods in the future, you will have no status. How can you feel comfortable here? Comfortable, Lord Qin said. You are comfortable now, but in the future, you will still face the risk of the eternal Tao seed becoming a demon seed. Moreover, in the realm of the realm god, the chance of becoming an eternal demon seed is at least 30% lower. And there is still opportunity and hope to achieve the god realm of the eternal realm. At this time, many countries were shaken. But if we leave, can the other eternal Tao realms be able to stop those demon seeds? Once the demon seeds erupt, it will be too dangerous, said a king. Lord Qin said in a deep voice, I'm also thinking about this issue. My idea is this, find a way to clean up all the monsters in the know. But it should still be possible. In this way, we only need to deal with the know. One demon seed abyss with all our strength. It is realistic to destroy the know. One demon seed abyss, but it should be no problem to severely damage the know. One demon seed abyss. And the other members of the alliance of the gods' kingdom, there will be one of the two half-step eternal realm gods left, and there is no need to worry about the problem of the demons facing the abyss. In addition, whether the Lord Yi Tian is willing to give up the endless kingdom and join the kingdom of gods, if he is not willing to join, he will can help guard the know. One demon seed abyss. Master Qin, where is the boundary of Jishan kingdom? Yi Tian asked. Lord Qin quickly said, almost forgot. Lord Yi Tian grew up too fast and didn't know much about the realm of the gods. You can understand that the realm of the gods is the upper boundary of the eternal kingdom. In fact, in the infinite years before, the eternal kingdom was not so strong, but during a great war, the eternal kingdom became a realm of death, and there were death zones everywhere. Later, the eternal kingdom order appeared, which opened up a place for eternal kingdoms. In terms of resources, eternity, the resources of the national border cannot be compared with before, so many strong people have moved to the realm of the gods. After King Qin finished speaking, Yi Tian got a general idea of the situation in the realm of Jishan. Chapter 2996 Relocation of the Kingdom of the Gods. Before the endless ages, the realm of the gods was actually not as good as the eternal realm. It was a subsidiary realm of the eternal boundary, but with the changes in the eternal boundary, it became a death zone, and countless forces moved to the realm of the gods. The origin of the national boundary is transferred to the realm of the gods. Today, the realm of the gods has surpassed the eternal realm of the peak period, and the eternal realm has become the lower boundary of the realm of the gods. However, the God realm does not want all the kingdoms of the eternal boundary to be relocated. If that happens, the resources and living space of the God realm will undoubtedly be squeezed. Therefore, occasionally a few places will fall on the heads of some powerful eternal kingdoms. Master Qin, I will not give up the endless kingdom for the time being. Yi Tian showed his attitude. The other rulers were not surprised. After all, Yi Tian had only risen for a short time, and the human race had two eternal kingdoms, so naturally they were not in a hurry to go to the realm of the gods. Subsequently, Yi Tian asked again, Lord Qin, how can an eternal kingdom enter the realm of the gods? King Qin said, first of all, there must be a strong person in the eternal realm who is in the God realm to apply, and then you can participate in the quota after being approved. As for whether you can get the quota in the end, it depends on the strength of the eternal kingdom. How to evaluate it, I don't know, not sure. I see. Yi Tian knew that there was definitely no hope for the endless kingdom. After all, there was no eternal God realm powerhouse behind the endless kingdom. Then, only when I break through and become the God realm of the eternal realm in the future can I send the endless kingdom into the realm of the God realm. Yi Tian secretly thought. Afterwards, the lords present discussed the matter that the kingdom of the gods would attack the kingdom of the gods. It is conceivable that in the future, many eternal realms will definitely choose to join the kingdom of the gods in order to enter the realm of the gods. This will also strengthen the strength of the kingdom of the gods and make the kingdom of the city god more likely to enter the realm of the gods some. But this matter has nothing to do with Yi Tian or the human race. He is not in a hurry to go to the realm of the gods now. After returning from the king's meeting, Yi Tian worked hard to refine the eternal magic pillar, create more Tao seed secret techniques, and improve his strength from all aspects. And not long after, many eternal supreme Tao realms joined the kingdom of the 10,000 gods one after another. Even some eternal supreme Tao realms in the endless kingdom chose to join the 10,000 gods kingdom. Registration is regarded as a member of the kingdom of the gods, such as completely joining the kingdom of the gods. For example, within the kingdom of the 10,000 gods, many ordinary practitioners are not considered members of the kingdom of the 10,000 gods, and must register. Otherwise, once the kingdom of the 10,000 gods really wants to move, these practitioners are not eligible to go there. Before you know it, hundreds of millions of Tao era years have passed. At this time, the kingdom of stars has been opened, and many forces have poured into the endless kingdom, but they are all less powerful forces, and many powerful forces have joined the kingdom of the gods. It can be said that this wave of operations in the kingdom of the gods has made its strength skyrocket. Certainly, Yi Tian will not be jealous, only strong personal strength is useful, otherwise, no matter how many forces join the eternal kingdom, it will not be of much help. After all, these forces are not of one mind with him. Unknowingly, hundreds of millions of Tao era years have passed, and the kingdom of stars has gradually developed. At this time, Lord Qin He left the kingdom of gods with a group of strong men, and before leaving, please ask Yi Tian to pay more attention to the No. 1 Demon Seed Abyss. It seems that Lord Qin He and the others are vying for the place to enter the realm of the gods. Yi Tian guessed. He has no past, after all, he is not a member of the kingdom of the gods. Not long after, Lord Qin He and the others came back, and soon announced the good news, that is, the kingdom of the gods has obtained the quota to enter the kingdom of the gods, and the whole kingdom of the gods will move out. As soon as the news came out, many forces wanted to join the kingdom of the gods, but it was too late by this time. The kingdom of 10,000 gods does not need these eternal Tao realms. After all, for Qin He, these eternal Tao realms are useless and cannot enhance his strength. Bringing them over will waste his own resources. And those practitioners and forces who are vacillating and unwilling to register will be expelled from Fengshan Kingdom. Soon after, those practitioners were driven away, and from today onwards, the entire kingdom of the gods will no longer allow any forces or practitioners to enter, completely entering a closed state. After hundreds of thousands of Tao era, the kingdom of the gods announced that it would be relocated. Before leaving, Lord Qin He summoned Yi Tian and the other leaders. Everyone, the 10,000 gods kingdom alliance will rely on you from now on. Lord Qin He said, "Don't worry, Lord Qin He, we will guard this place," said one of the kings. Lord Qin He nodded and said, "Okay, if I break through to the god realm of the eternal realm in the future, if you need help, you can contact me. But before I break through to the god realm of the eternal realm, I can't easily leaving the realm of the gods." After that, Qin and the Lord of the Kingdom chatted for a while before choosing to leave. This day, the entire 10,000 gods kingdom was in turmoil. Yi Tian immediately shuttled over to have a look. Many eternal supreme Tao realms stood outside the kingdom of the gods and looked at the whole kingdom of the gods. In an instant, a huge crack appeared, and the eternal edict of the kingdom of the gods appeared, releasing a strong light, which seemed to illuminate the entire kingdom of the gods. At this time, a mask appeared in the kingdom of the gods, protecting the entire eternal kingdom. This mask is somewhat similar to the mask when opening up the eternal kingdom, but now it appears again. Once this mask is released, even the top eternal realm cannot break in. Click. Li Nuohao, the kingdom of the gods separated from the earth, and gradually flew up, heading towards the crack in the void. This is directly moving the entire kingdom of the gods to the realm of the gods, which is relocation. Suddenly the village, an eternal supreme Tao realm powerhouse shuttled through directly, intending to enter the realm of gods through the crack. This eternal realm was still hesitating before and did not choose to join the kingdom of the gods, but now he wanted to join, but was rejected by the kingdom of the gods. Obviously, he wanted to smuggle into the realm of the gods. "This guy is courting death," a king murmured. Suddenly, a force emerged from the crack, and instantly fixed the eternal realm. Immediately afterwards, the body of the eternal Tao realm began to shatter, turning into ashes while breathing. This is an eternal supreme Tao realm with a small eternal Tao body, and he died just like that. 0. Chapter 2997 Breakthrough, half a step into the eternal realm. The killing of this eternal supreme Tao realm is not unexpected at all. If it is so easy to smuggle successfully, then all the eternal supreme Tao realms will be smuggled. But this is impossible, without the permission of the Eternal Boundary Tribunal, and without the quota to enter the realm of the gods, it is impossible to enter. Once forced to break in, it will be obliterated directly. Therefore, this Eternal Supreme Tao realm who was killed is really stupid. Of course, he may also be lucky. Boom. Soon, the kingdom of the gods completely entered the realm of the gods, and the place where the kingdom of the gods was originally located has become a death zone. When the cracks disappeared, many eternal realms left one by one. Yi Tian also returned to the Endless Kingdom. Now, for the Eternal Kingdom in this area, the Kingdom of the Gods is already history, and this place is not qualified to be called the Kingdom of the Gods. Of course, the 9 Extremes League is still there, and some high-level officials are still there, so they will unite with each other, so that they will not be unable to deal with some special situations. And, Yi Tian is still guarding the No. 1 Demon Seed Abyss, so other Eternal Tao Realm powerhouses don't panic. Another long period of time passed. 400 at this time, these dozens of Eternal Kingdoms have gradually adapted to their new lives. For many Eternal Realms, the absence of the Kingdom of all Gods will have no impact. Demon Seed Abyss. Yi Tian is also trying to find a way to quickly refine the Eternal Demon Pillar. After all, according to his current speed, the refining is too slow. I am afraid that it will take trillions of Tao era as a unit to gradually reach the level of the original Demon Seed Linyuan refining. Therefore, he has been thinking of ways to quickly refine the Eternal Magic Pillar, even at any cost. After a long period of continuous deduction and research, Yi Tian finally created a kind of secret technique. This kind of secret technique can speed up the refining of the Eternal Magic Pillar, but it will consume the potential and foundation of the Eternal Way, and even scrap the Eternal Way kind. But Yi Tian doesn't care. He can condense a copy of the body, crazily display this kind of secret art, sacrifice these copies of the body. If he can refine the Eternal Magic Pillar as soon as possible, it is naturally worthwhile. This kind of secret technique is called Eternal Alchemy. Yi Tian began to refine the Eternal Magic Pillar with the Eternal Alchemy technique. Boom! The power of the Eternal Tao Seed is rapidly consumed, just like a balloon that has deflated and is shrinking. However, the eternal refining speed is countless times faster. This kind of secret technique is so awesome, it deserves to let me use the Sun Market Disk to continuously deduce and create, sacrificing a lot of duplicate bodies. Yi Tian murmured. After a period of time, one of Yi Tian's duplicated bodies was scrapped, but he let another duplicated body perform eternal alchemy to continue refining the Eternal Magic Pillar. In this way, Yi Tian's refining level of the Eternal Magic Pillar is getting higher and higher. With such a fast speed, it is not difficult for him to surpass the refining level of the Demon Seed Linyuan. At that time, his Eternal Tao Seed will be tempered by the Eternal Demon Pillar, and he will be able to reach the current limit faster. Time flies, and before you know it, hundreds of millions to the Tao era have passed. At this time, Yi Tian's refinement of the Eternal Demon Pillar is already comparable to the original Demon Seed Linyuan, and the effect of being tempered by the Eternal Demon Pillar is naturally far beyond before, and he can sense the Eternal Tao Seed is get stronger. It's almost there. I can feel that the Eternal Tao Seed is about to reach its limit. Yi Tian secretly thought, once the Eternal Tao Seed has been tempered to the limit, he can start to solidify the Eternal Tao Seed and attack the semi-eternal realm. Another period of time passed. This day, Yi Tian obviously felt that the rate of improvement of the Eternal Tao Seed was getting lower and lower. This was not because the Eternal Demon Seed was not effective, but that his Eternal Tao Seed was almost reaching its limit. I can't improve at all, I have reached the current limit. Yi Tian murmured. At this odd time, if he doesn't attack the half-step Eternal Realm God Realm, then the Eternal Tao Seed will hardly be able to improve. And the difficulty for him to solidify the Eternal Tao Seed must be much greater than that of other half-step Eternal Realm gods. After all, his Eternal Tao Seed is much larger than other Eternal Tao Seeds of the Eternal Realm God Realm, and it is hardly the same level. Other people's Eternal Tao Seed may be an apple, but his is a basketball, that's how it is described. Therefore, others only need to solidify such a small Eternal Tao Seed, while his solidified Eternal Tao Seed is too large and difficult, and naturally takes more time. However, if he succeeds in solidifying, the strength will be far beyond other half-step Eternal Realm God Realm powerhouses. This day, Yi Tian practiced in closed-door practice in the Endless Kingdom, hitting half a step into the divine realm of the Eternal Realm. As long as a little curing is done, it is a breakthrough. Solidification of the Eternal Tao Seed is normally solidified slowly. If you want to step into and complete the solidification, you can only practice the secret technique of solidifying the Eternal Tao Seed, but Yi Tian does not have this kind of solidification secret technique, and even the other members of the Juji League half-step Eternal Realm God Realm also does not have the Eternal Taoist solidification secret technique. Maybe Lord Qinhe has the secret art of solidifying the Eternal Tao Seed, but it is probably also the kind of hardening secret art, otherwise Lord Qinhe's cultivation speed would not be so slow. Yi Tian didn't know anything about the solidification secret technique, so he couldn't obtain the Eternal Tao Seed solidification secret technique for the time being, and he didn't even have a direction to deduce it. First slowly solidify yourself, as long as you step into the half-step eternal realm God realm, then go to find the eternal Tao seed solidification secret technique. Yi Tian decided. As time passed slowly, Yi Tian kept trying to solidify, bit by bit. The power of the supreme law of the eternal Tao seed is actually changing all the time, and solidification is to keep it from changing. As long as it does not change, it will not easily affect the eternal Tao seed, and the chance of it being transformed is naturally extremely low. It's very difficult to solidify. Fortunately, my eternal Tao seed is a perfect level eternal Tao seed, and there is no problem of turning it into a demon-seeded one. Other strong players with perfect eternal Tao bodies, even if the eternal Tao seed has been raised to a certain level, are qualified to take half a step God realm of the eternal realm, but you also have to be careful about the problem of demon seeds, which will hinder solidification. Yi Tian murmured. So, if he initially solidifies, the difficulty will be much easier. 300 million years have passed since the Tao era. This day, Yi Tian's eternal Tao seed has finally completed the preliminary solidification, and a small area of the eternal Tao seed has been solidified, which caused the transformation of cultivation base. Exclamation mark 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 exclamation mark. Yi Tian's cultivation is changing from the peak of eternity to Tao realm to the half-step eternal realm God realm. This is the sublimation of cultivation, the transformation of realm, and the skyrocketing strength. After a long time, Yi Tian completely stepped into the half-step eternal realm God realm. At this moment, his strength skyrocketed. Chapter 2998 Lone Star Kingdom Alliance. Half-step eternal realm divine realm, finally reached. Yi Tian was very excited. With his current strength far surpassing King Qinhe, even the demon species Linyuan, even if he fights against him one-on-one, he can defeat it. After all, he is a perfect level eternal Tao seed, and the Tao seed secret technique is very powerful, while the demon seed Linyuan is not good except for the eternal demon seed being powerful. With my current strength, I should be able to easily kill ordinary half-step eternal realm God realm powerhouses. The next step is to find a good eternal Tao seed solidification secret art to solidify my eternal Tao seed, so as to impact the eternal Tao seed. Eternal God realm. Yi Tian murmured. Soon, the news of Yi Tian's breakthrough into the half-step eternal realm God realm spread, and suddenly many eternal supreme Tao realm were shocked and envious. And with Yi Tian's breakthrough, the endless kingdom has naturally become the place that many eternal supreme Tao realms yearn for. A large number of eternal supreme Tao realms poured in here, which also made the endless kingdom prosperous. Although the endless country is not as prosperous as the original kingdom of the gods, there are some signs of it. This day, in the Endless Kingdom, Yi Tian chatted with the remaining half-step eternal God realm powerhouse of the 9 Extremes League, Tai Chi Taoist Master. Lord Yi Tian, the speed of your practice really shocked me. I remember that you just joined the 9 Extremes League, and you haven't practiced the eternal Tao seed yet, but you broke through to the half-step eternal realm God realm so quickly. The Master of Tai Chi said with emotion. It's just a chance to get a little luck, but it's extremely difficult to solidify after reaching the half-step eternal God realm. Yi Tian said. There is no eternal Tao seed solidification secret technique, and it is almost difficult to solidify by slowly practicing success. Yes, Taoist Tai Chi approved very much, nodded and said, indeed, I have practiced for countless years, and I have only solidified 1/5 of the eternal Tao seed so far. There is no secret technique for solidifying the eternal Tao seed. It is true to complete the solidification. Too difficult. Master Taiji, do you know where I can obtain the secret technique of solidifying the eternal Tao seed? Yi Tian asked for advice. Master Taiji smiled wryly. If I knew, I wouldn't have to practice slowly. But soon, Taiji Taoist said again, but if there is any hope to get the secret art of the eternal Tao, or go to the realm of the gods, I offended a very powerful half-step eternal realm powerhouse. Dare to go to the realm of the gods. Apart from the realm of the gods, there is only one large gathering place of the Eternal Kingdom Alliance. Large gathering place of the Eternal Kingdom Alliance. Yi Tian asked for advice on this aspect. And Tai Chi Taoist also introduced. Like our place, there are only dozens of eternal kingdoms, which belong to the gathering place of the small Eternal Kingdom Alliance, and the gathering place of the large Eternal Kingdom Alliance has at least hundreds of eternal kingdoms. There are even many eternal realm gods guarding them for a long time. Of course, with so many eternal realms gathered, they are almost all near some special treasures which can attract them. Master Taiji, do you know where there are large gatherings of the Eternal Kingdom Alliance? Yi Tian asked for advice. The closest large-scale gathering place of the Eternal Kingdom Alliance to our place is the Lone Star Kingdom Alliance. This Eternal Kingdom Alliance is near the Eternal Sea of Flames, so it has attracted many Eternal Kingdom Lords to open up the Eternal Kingdom here. Of course, the closest I'm talking is only compared to other large Eternal Kingdom Alliances. In fact, it's still far away from us, and we have to go through several dangerous places. Furthermore, even if we go, there is not much hope of obtaining eternity. There is only a glimmer of hope for the Tao Seed solidification secret technique. The Lord Yi Tian has an avatar anyway. If you are interested, you can try it. Even if you fail, it can be regarded as a tempering. Tai Chi said, "Okay, I'll try it when I have time." Yi Tian nodded. Soon, they were talking about other things. Lone Star Kingdom Alliance. After Yi Tian left, he planned to send the duplicate body to the Lone Star Kingdom Alliance, and the Lone Star Kingdom Alliance is indeed very far away. Even at his speed, it would take a long time to travel. Subsequently, Yi Tian set off from the Endless Kingdom and rushed to the Lone Star Kingdom Alliance. He first passed through the Eternal Yin Wind Belt, and then shuttled continuously, crossing the long-distance death zone at his extremely fast speed. And after going back and forth, he had to admit that the size of the Eternal Border is simply too terrifying. 0. With such a huge area, billions of Eternal Kingdoms can't be filled. Unfortunately, this is almost a dead zone. After a period of time, Yi Tian finally traveled to another place. This place is a bit dangerous for half-steps in the Eternal Realm, Judu River, which runs through the entire border of Yuhang, so this is a must-the road. Even if you want to take a detour, it is useless, and you can't try to travel through it in vain. This river runs through time and space. No matter which direction of time and space you travel to, you need to cross the Judu River. Therefore, no matter from above the void or below the underground void, as long as you want to pass through it, you will hit the Judu River. The Judu River doesn't seem to be dangerous, but the water in the Judu River will corrode the Eternal Tao Seed and make the Eternal Tao Seed demonized, so it must be crossed quickly to avoid the Eternal Tao Seed becoming demonized. In addition, Judu Hanoi also has a special kind of demon-seeded creature, which is not a demon-seeded creature of the Eternal Tao Seed, but an innate demon-seeded creature. Once entangled by these innate demon-seeded creatures, it will be very troublesome. It is rumored that there are innate demon-like creatures in the Judu River that are comparable to the gods of the Eternal Realm, but they are just rumors, and the Taiji Taoist master has never seen it. Wow! Yi Tian quickly shuttled across the Judu River, but he also encountered several innate monster creatures, and he killed them all without encountering any serious danger. Soon, he crossed the Judu River. Judu River, I can stay in it all the time, but according to Taiji Taoist, there is nothing good in it, and the gods in the Eternal Realm are too lazy to enter here to find resources. Yi Tian shook his head and gave up here. Afterwards, he continued on his way, and after a period of shuttling, he finally arrived at another dangerous place. Blood Mountain Range. This Shui'er mountain range is also an extremely long mountain range, and there are some dangers. The most terrifying thing is a creature called the Blood Evil Beast. Once it is created by the other party, it will be very unlucky, and it may even be transformed into a demon seed directly. Even if it doesn't become a demon seed, it will be unlucky for a while. Yi Tian didn't want to be unlucky, he directly traveled through the Shui mountain range, not daring to stay here. Fortunately, he didn't encounter such a beast of blood, and soon passed through the Shatong mountain range. Chapter 2999 The Hope of Obtaining the Eternal Tao Seed Solidification Secret Art. After passing through the Shui'er mountain range, Yi Tian traveled a certain distance, and encountered a little trouble, but finally arrived at the Lone Star Kingdom Alliance safely. Lone Star Kingdom Alliance, Snow Mountain Kingdom. Yi Tian arrived here and was drinking tea in a tea house in a remote city. Afterwards, he began to collect information here, so as to learn more about this place. It would be convenient for him to obtain the Eternal Tao Seed Solidification Secret Art. The Lone Star Kingdom Alliance has a total of 361 Eternal Kingdoms. On the bright side, there are a total of 18 Eternal Realm God Realm, and the half-step Eternal Realm God Realm powerhouse has 3 digits, and they have practiced the eternity of the Eternal Tao Seed. There will be more in Tao Realm. This is the information Yi Tian inquired about. And the Lone Star Kingdom Alliance also has the Demon Seed Abyss, but there is only one Demon Seed Abyss, the Death Abyss. It is said that even the God Realm, 237, in the Eternal Realm is unwilling to step into the Abyss of Death, and there is a high probability that there will be demon species in the God Realm of the Eternal Realm inside. Certainly, these intelligences are only basic intelligences and are not of much use. He wanted to investigate the eternal Tao seed solidification secret art, but such information cannot be found out in a short time. But what can be imagined is that there are definitely not many forces that possess the secret technique of solidifying the eternal Tao seed. In the Lone Star Kingdom Alliance, it is estimated that only a dozen or so forces have this kind of secret technique, and they want to obtain this kind of secret technique. The technique is definitely extremely difficult. If not, Taiji Taoist and the others must have come here at the beginning, but they all gave up. Obviously there is no way to obtain this kind of secret technique, and the possibility is almost zero. But, Yi Tian has to give it a try. Next, Yi Tian continued to analyze to see if he could obtain an incomplete eternal Tao seed solidification secret art. What he needs now is to be able to use an eternal Tao seed solidification secret art as a reference, not really want an eternal Tao seed solidification secret art solidify the secret technique to practice. And after Yi Tian continued to inquire, he really found the possibility of obtaining the eternal Tao seed solidification secret art. Xuanling Mountain. This is a very powerful force in the Lone Star Kingdom Alliance. Although there are no Eternal Realm God Realm powerhouses, there used to be Eternal Realm God Realm powerhouses who fell and died a long time ago. Since then, Xuanling Mountain has not fallen. However, even so, Xuanling Mountain now has 6 half-step Eternal God Realm powerhouses, and these 6 half-step Eternal Realm God Realm powerhouses are not weak, and one of them is very close to the Eternal Realm God Realm. Therefore, there is a high probability that Xuanling Mountain has the Eternal Tao seed solidification secret technique, but the high probability is not high, but it also meets Yi Tian's goal. In normal times, if you want to obtain the Eternal Tao seed solidification secret technique from Xuanling Mountain, then it is highly unlikely. For a force like Xuanling Mountain, there are too many Eternal Supreme Tao realms cultivated below, and they will never recruit Eternal Supreme Tao realm from the outside world. After all, those who can cultivate to the existence of Eternal Tao realm have high talents. At this time, the competition is about resources, background and inheritance, so there is no need to recruit Eternal Tao realm from the outside world. Yi Tian is an outsider, and it is almost impossible to join a force like Xuanling Mountain. Take the Nine-Pole League as an example. Although Yi Tian joined the Nine-Pole League, he can't get the real core inheritance from the Nine-Pole League. There is no way to get some real good things, and he can only rely on himself. But now, the reason why Yi Tian has hope to obtain the Eternal Tao seed solidification secret technique from Xuanling Mountain is because Xuanling Mountain is in trouble. Xuanling Mountain's most promising half-step Eternal Realm God Realm powerhouse Tang Taoist Master, who is most likely to break through the Eternal Realm God Realm, is now about to become a demon seed. At present, those powerhouses in the Eternal Realm of the Lone Star Kingdom Alliance have been staring at Taoist Tang. Once Taoist Tang turns into a demon, they will definitely take action and kill Jupiter. After all, once Taoist Tai Xing transforms into a demon seed and becomes a demon seed, he is very likely to become a demon seed in the God Realm of the Eternal Realm in the future, which will bring big troubles to the Lone Star Kingdom Alliance. So, not only was Tang Taoist targeted, but he was not allowed to leave the Lone Star Kingdom Alliance, nor was he allowed to enter the Abyss of Death. After all, in a situation like Taoist Tang, once he enters the Abyss of Death, he will be 100% transformed into a demon. Certainly, according to the rules of Jieting, as long as there is no demon seed for a day, it cannot be regarded as a demon seed. If it is an ordinary Eternal Tao realm, if you kill it, you will kill it, but a half-step Eternal Realm God realm, there is even hope to break through to the Eternal Realm God realm. Such a strong person cannot be killed casually. This is also the reason why those powerhouses in the Eternal Realm of the God Realm of the Lone Star Kingdom Alliance did not take the initiative to attack Tai Xing Dao. Right now, Xuanling Mountain is thinking about allowing Tang Taoist to break through to the God Realm of the Eternal Realm as soon as possible, so that the Eternal Tao seed is completely solidified, and it is unlikely to become a demon seed. Yi Tian secretly said. Unlike the All Gods Kingdom Alliance, there is almost no way to solve the problem of demon seeds, but the Lone Star Kingdom Alliance has a way to suppress the problem of the Eternal Tao seed demonization, but it is very difficult and the price is still very high. For example, let an Eternal Tao seed resource perform a secret technique, let your own Eternal Tao seed suppress the opponent's Eternal Tao seed's magic seed problem. This can be suppressed for a period of time, but it must be in the same realm to be effective. For example, Tang Taoist is half-step Eternal Realm God Realm, and the half-step Eternal Realm God Realm of the same realm can suppress the problem of Tang Taoist Master's demonization by using the secret technique of the doorway. But in this way, the Eternal Tao seed of the half-step Eternal Realm God Realm powerhouse will be damaged, and the situation of his own demon seed will be intensified. Who is willing to sacrifice themselves? This is unrealistic. And Xuanling Mountain has been looking for such a half-step Eternal Realm God Realm powerhouse. For example, some half-step Eternal Realm God Realm experts who are about to fall and can hardly be cured can heal Tai Xing Taoist and suppress Tai Xing before they die. The question of the Taoist's eternal Tao seed. But it's a matter of luck, and you have to pay a sufficient price, otherwise, even if someone is about to die, it's impossible to help you. I can talk to Xuanling Mountain. Tang Taoist is still the mountain lord of Xuanling Mountain, and he is also the strongest 2.6 half-step eternal god in Xuanling Mountain. He still decides what to say. If I help him, you must be willing to trade the eternal Tao seed solidification secret art to me. Yi Tian thought to himself. Certainly, if he sacrificed himself like this, he would definitely be suspected by Xuanling Mountain, but it didn't matter, Xuanling Mountain could only investigate him. Xuanling Mountain. Taoist Tai Xing was cultivating, but there was a problem with the eternal Tao seed on his body. He quickly took out a special treasure and tried his best to suppress his eternal Tao seed problem, but it still didn't help much. The rotten aura on his body became more and more intense. If this continues, he will really become a demon seed. I'm not willing to destroy the eternal Tao seed. Taoist Tang murmured. After all, he was only one step away from breaking through to the God realm of the eternal realm. Chapter 3000 Mysterious Spirit Solidification Technique. Come in. Master Tang sensed that a disciple was coming, and said. Soon, a disciple from the eternal Tao realm came to report. Mountain Lord, a half-step eternal realm God realm powerhouse came to visit our Xuanling Mountain, and said he was willing to help the Mountain Lord suppress the eternal Tao seed. What? Taoist Tang was shocked and excited, and immediately passed by himself. Outside Xuanling Mountain, Yi Tian soon met Taoist Tang. From the body of Taoist Tang, it can be seen that the aura of Taoist Tang is very unstable, and the rotten aura on his body is too heavy. Change. The Tang Taoist in this period may turn into a demon seed in a single battle, but it is also the most dangerous time. No one dares to provoke him casually, otherwise he will really fight desperately. I have met Tang Taoist. I am King Yi Tian from the Alliance of All Gods. Yi Tian introduced himself. Master Yi Tian, please come in. Tang Taoist was very polite to Yi Tian and invited Yi Tian to enter Xuanling Mountain. Subsequently, they started discussing business. Master Yi Tian, I heard from my disciples that you are willing to help me suppress the problem of the eternal Tao seed. Said Master Tang with some doubts. At first, he thought that some half-step eternal realm God realm powerhouse who was about to die would help him, but he found that Yi Tian was not injured at all, and there was not even a sign of demonization. Obviously, the problem of the eternal Tao seed must not be a big one. Why would such a half-step eternal God realm powerhouse be willing to help him? So he was a little suspicious, but Yi Tian actually said it, wouldn't he be fooling him? Yes. Yi Tian nodded. Master Yi Tian, what do you want? Taoist Tang asked. He didn't care why Yi Tian saved him, even if Yi Tian died, he didn't care, he didn't dare to ask further. If Yi Tian repented, wouldn't he die of regret? Therefore, treatment can be carried out after the immediate conditions are negotiated. I want a secret art of solidifying the eternal Tao seed. Yi Tian said. You want the eternal Tao seed solidification secret art? Taoist Tang frowned. If Taoist Tai Xing is not willing, then I will not sacrifice myself. Yi Tian said. No, I agree. Taoist Master Tang thought that Yi Tian was sacrificing himself to help his own power, so that his own power could have a secret art of solidifying the eternal Tao seed, which is somewhat reasonable. But Yi Tian is too selfless. Master Yi Tian, I can't give you a very good eternal Tao seed solidification secret art, because our Xuanling Mountain has an ordinary eternal Tao seed solidification secret art. If you are willing, sign a contract now, how about it? Star Taoist said impatiently. Can. Yi Tian nodded. Immediately, Yi Tian signed a contract with Tang Taoist, and several other half-step eternal gods from Xuanling Mountain appeared and participated in signing the contract. After all, this is a cooperation with Xuanling Mountain, not just with Tang. Cooperate. Subsequently, the Tang Taoist of Xuanling Mountain gave Yi Tian a Taoist secret technique, Taoist transfer technique. This Tao seed secret technique is suitable for all eternal Tao seeds, but it does not transfer Tao seeds, but transfers the power of Tao seeds, so as to suppress the problem of demon seed transformation without affecting cultivation. The Tao seed transfer technique is not very complicated, and Yi Tian practiced it very quickly. Immediately, under the witness of several half-step eternal realm gods from Xuanling Mountain, Yi Tian began to save Tang Taoist. Master Yi Tian, please forgive me. Taoist Tang said. At this moment, he is very excited. After all, he is finally going to solve the problem of the eternal Tao seed. As long as he suppresses the problem of the eternal Tao seed, he will have enough time to attack the God realm of the eternal realm. Once the breakthrough is successful, there is no need to worry about the problem of demonization. It has started. Yi Tian activated the Tao seed transfer technique, and his own eternal Tao seed power penetrated into the eternal Tao seed on Tai Xing Dao Master. During the whole process, Tang Taoist could not resist. Certainly, the other half-step eternal Tao realm members in Xuanling Mountain were also worried that Yi Tian would attack Tang Taoist, so they were also watching to prevent Yi Tian from doing evil things. Even if the possibility is very low, they still have to be on guard. Boom! The power of Yi Tian's eternal Tao seed continuously penetrated into the main body of Tai Xing Dao, and the eternal Tao seed in the main body of Tai Xing Dao absorbed Yi Tian's eternal Tao seed power, and gradually suppressed the problem of the eternal Tao seed turning into a demon. Immediately, the rotten aura on his body gradually decreased, until after a long time, the rotten aura was almost invisible, and was suppressed by Yi Tian's eternal Tao seed power in a certain place of the eternal Tao seed. Time flies. After many years, Yi Tian stopped the Tao seed transfer technique, and at this moment he is extremely weak and has little combat power, while the Tao Master Tang is in extremely good condition. Ha ha ha, great! Taoist Tang was excited. There is no question of the eternal Tao seed for the time being, and he is 100% sure that he will break through to the divine realm of the eternal realm. Taoist Master Tang, you should give me the eternal Tao seed solidification secret technique. Yi Tian said. Taoist Tang did not repent. He still wanted to break through to the God realm of the eternal realm, so he naturally didn't want to be affected by the oath, otherwise he would not want to break through, and even the eternal Tao seed would have problems again. Then, Tang Taoist gave Yi Tian the secret art of solidifying the eternal Tao seed of Xuanling Mountain, and there is no restriction, Yi Tian can pass it on to others. Taoist Master Tang, I will take my leave. Yi Tian quickly left Xuanling Mountain. And just after Yi Tian left, 343A half-step eternal realm god said, Master, do you want to kill Lord Yi Tian? He took away the mysterious spirit solidification technique from our Xuanling Mountain. Can't be killed. Taoist Tang shook his head, it's just a mystical spirit solidification technique, even if it spreads out, it won't affect us much. If we attack him, if it spreads out, our Xuanling Mountain's reputation will be bad. I mean, in case, one day, my eternal Tao seed problem appears again, and I need another half-step eternal realm god to treat me, who dares to help? When the other half-step eternal realm god realm heard this, they nodded immediately, and they didn't have the idea of attacking Yi Tian. Yi Tian did not leave the Lone Star Kingdom alliance immediately, but studied the mysterious spirit solidification technique carefully. This mysterious spirit solidification technique is very mysterious, but it is also very common, and even has certain side effects. Yi Tian murmured. Although this mysterious spirit solidification technique can accelerate the solidification of the eternal Tao seed, it will also speed up the problem of the eternal Tao seed turning into a demon seed. Like the half-step eternal realm god realm powerhouse, the eternal Tao seed is solidified step by step, and it stands to reason that the chance of becoming a demon seed will be greatly reduced, especially among Tang Dao masters. The entire eternal Tao seed is almost solidified. Knowing how to transform into a demon seed, it can be seen how big his eternal Tao seed problem is. And it is estimated that there is also the reason of the mysterious spirit solidification technique.